everybody flooding in? How is everybody doing on this fan Tuesday? We're actually a little bit late. We're very late from when I said I was going to go live, but that is for a very good reason, because I was filming the athletic video for YouTube. I did an NFL combine. Not everything. I didn't do the cone drill or any of that shit. But I did an NFL I did like the 40. I did the 40-yard dash. I did the vertical jump. I did the long jump. I did the 225 bench for 2 mil on YouTube. So I had to film that. So that's why I'm a little bit late from when I said I was going to go live. But we're still early comparable to when I normally go live. It's going to be a 3-hour stream today, chat. Probably going to be a hard cutoff at 3 hours. But even though it's a little bit shorter, we're going to be stock full of stuff that we're going to be talking about today, because it is a goddamn philosophy stream, chat. We have not done a philosophy stream in fucking forever. And for those of you that don't know, I just graduated college, and the major that I had and the degree that I got is in philosophy and religion. I have a bachelor's in philosophy and religion. But that is my passion, and, you know, it might not be as interesting of a stream for some people. It might annoy some of you, because a lot of people get offended based off, like, philosophical opinion. But at the end of the day, we're going to be having a lot of in-depth discussions today, and, you know, yapping about a bunch of shit. So feel free to share your opinion on the topics that we're talking about. Feel free to ask, you know, philosophical questions or whatever you want to talk about. If you don't know what philosophy is, it's kind of like, most people would say, the start of knowledge. It's kind of like the root of every type of degree or type of knowledge that you would be speaking of, right? That's why usually when you get a degree in college, it's in the philosophy of something, right? Because you're getting a degree in, like, the philosophy of biology or something. It means just the study and the wisdom of biology. But you can also just get a degree in philosophy, which is what I did, philosophy and theology, which is the study of religion, as well as just a bunch of random shit, right? Whether it's morality, life, death, and just anything that's kind of subjective, right? Politics kind of are very much intertwined with philosophy, because sociology is intertwined with philosophy, as well as, you know, religion, and then other just kind of random rants. So we're going to be watching a lot of videos today. It's kind of like a react day. This is how it works for the people that have never been to a philosophy stream. We do a bunch of reacts to philosophical type videos that you guys send in the video search tab, as well as a lot of the ones that I find. I usually find more of the philosophy ones than you guys, just because for regular react days, I kind of rely on you, but for a lot of the philosophy ones, I just kind of source stuff. But also, you guys do send, you know, a lot of videos that we're going to be reacting to today. We're probably not going to get through all of them, even though we have 3 hours, just because how this usually works is we're going to start, like, the first video is Do You Have Free Will, a Kurzgesagt video, which is, I always start with Kurzgesagt for philosophy videos usually, or philosophy streams, just because he's kind of more, it's more condensable to the average person that doesn't really do philosophy or, you know, watch philosophical videos. So it kind of intros you into it, kind of gets you thinking, I guess, and then we go into the more in-depth, like hedonism, astrophobia, the fear of space, proof that we live in a simulation, what do you fight for your country, and then what is intelligence. We'll end with a Kurzgesagt video, maybe, or we might switch out and switch in other videos. I doubt we're going to finish all of them, but, you know, we get off topic a lot. No real structure for today, just kind of yap about whatever the hell we want to talk about. Little PSA here. Philosophy and philosophical talks are subjective, right? So whatever we're talking about today, whether it be morality or religion or free will or whether or not we live in a simulation, at the end of the day, you might have your own foundational opinion that is objective to you, right? Like if you're a religious person and you believe that there's an afterlife, that might be your objective thought. But that doesn't apply to everybody, right? It's subjective as a whole. It might be objective to you. So keep in mind, when you share your opinion or I share mine, I'm not saying I'm right, right? I'm saying that I think I'm right, but at the end of the day, whatever you think is as valid as what I think, okay? Are we past that? Chat, type yes. Nobody's responding to what I'm saying. Type yes if you understand. There's probably going to be less people in stream today. Who gives a shit? I really enjoy this. A lot of you guys enjoy it. It's more of a niche stream. I don't do them that often. but I really do enjoy doing them. So every once in a while I do them, even though, you know, not as many people enjoy them. But it is something that I really enjoy, and I know a lot of you do as well. Cove for the sub, Camp for the 5, Desert for the sub, Exotic for the 3, Nox a clap, Camp, Floppy, Logan for the sub, CT for the 3, Jay for the 4. I know you got to do a philosophy react till you look at the new Minecraft update. It's just maybe another day. Send the video of the Minecraft update in the video session tab or games in the game session tab, and I'll check it out on Friday when we do reacts. Digital Sila, I'll start stream out with that. Sila, Jack, Saint, Lego for the sub. If it's that dungeon update, though, I already know about that. JJ for the 4. Day 5 asked Joe to add me back on TikTok. No. Brody for the 3. Back from Hawaii, ended up staying there for 5 extra days because United Airlines kept booking us over the flights and canceling them last minute. Unfortunately, I'm sick for some reason, but I'll be active again, which is nice. Dub. And I'm sorry that you're sick. Best Elden Ring player! I can't scream from yesterday with Cuphead. I can't scream with yesterday, Cuphead. Dude, I was yelling way too much in that stream. Best Elden Ring player. Thank you for the 50 subs. I appreciate the fuck out of that. You are a damn goat. You have 525 subs to the channel total. That is fucking insane. Thank you for the 50 gifteds. You've been dropping 50 subs like every goddamn stream. It's fucking nuts. Thank you for the 50 subs. Best Elden Ring player, you fucking goat. CT for the fucking 5 gifteds. Kaz for the sub. Aiden for the 5 gifteds. Skel for the 3. Looking for a distraction. My dad passed away last night. I'm so sorry to hear that. Rip in the chat. And I hope the mourning process goes well. And the funeral and everything that, you know, is getting set up for that. But I'm sorry for your loss, you know. And you're saying he was 45. That's very young, but still. I'm sorry for your loss, you know, for you and your family. White and Gumbos for the sub. MILF, Penguin, Zep, Brody, Mr. Ghost, Uprise, and Skilled for the sub pre-stream. Best Elden Ring. Thank you for the subs again. Cash out for the 5 subs. Jay for the 3. It's a dungeon update. It's cool as hell. Yeah, no, I already saw most of that. I mean, we might try it out earlier than later, but I usually do like a Minecraft Let's Play in November. So I don't know if I'm going to try it out early or not. Logan, Rat, Astro, Deem, Cove for the sub, Camp for the 5, and Exotic for the 3. All right. The philosophy stream made my day. Dub. You should send Playar a foot pic as a reward for gifts. What? Oh, you're saying I should send Best Elden Ring player foot pics for gifted subs? No. 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 Gravity for the 3. Any philosophical book recommendations? I've read Exurbia, but I wanted to get into more. I mean, what type of philosophy do you like? Cash out for the sub. Hey, whenever somebody asks me this, I'm gonna ride Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay? So, any Friedrich Nietzsche book, specifically Genealogy of Morals, is really interesting. You could also read, like, if you want a short read, God is Dead. It's like 100 pages. It's like this thin of a book. And it's like big-ass text. That's cool. I mean, that's just whether or not you're into, like, the religious aspect of stuff or whether or not you're... Somebody redeemed edible. No! No, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Who redeemed that? Bro. Okay, no. I gotta say this. I have like meetings and shit after this stream. Am I able to do it? I'm gonna make this agreement on whether or not they want to refund this. I would do like a third of an edible of one of the edibles I have. I would still feel it, but like I can't be gone. Who redeemed that? Vsauce, Benny, and Cash out for the subgravity for the 3. I already read that. Who redeemed that? Vibe did? Okay, Vibe. Do you want to do it another day, or do you want to do it today? Let me look up their user. That is not their user. Oh, no, it is. I'm an idiot. That's fair. I'll still take it. It's up to you. You could redeem it another day, and I would be able to do more. But today I can't. Today's like a day where I can't, you know, just rip a fucking full-ass edible. I can't believe that already got redeemed. I didn't think any of you had 1,000,000 channel points. I didn't think any of you had that many channel points. How many channel points do you guys have? Holy shit. 1,000,000 channel points? What the fuck? What did they say? It can be another day. I just thought it'd work well for philosophy. I agree, but I'm just like, today is a shorter stream. It's up to you. Do you want it today or another day? Another day I would be able to eat more. Today I'll just eat a little bit. 560K? How many channel points do you think the chatter with the most channel points has? I feel like one of my mods probably scammed and has like 3 mil. Easily. There's like a mod of mine that probably has like... Bro, who just said they have 4 million? Scully Food just said they have 4 million channel points. What? Okay, now you guys are capping. Somebody just said 10 mil. You don't have 10 million. Bro, I have a chatter. Bitch, I know your dumbass does not have 12 million channel points. 12 million channel points. Buddy's been following for fucking 2 days. 2 days. Yeah, I have 12 mil. Shut the fuck up. I believe them. Yeah, what do they go all in on every fucking prediction on the 1% odds and win? They said we'll do it another day. Okay, mods, can you refund Vibe? We'll do it another day. I'm sorry, Vibe. It's just like I think another day where I'm going to be streaming longer is probably like a better day to do it. Dre for the sub, Juicy for the 3. This isn't me trying to be weird. I've been subbing for 3 years. Crazy how far you've grown. I remember the Rocket League Minecraft rotation. I've been looking up to you because you got me through... you've got me past a lot through the streams, and I know you've done the same for others. You're doing great things. Thank you. And I'm glad I've been able to help. And I'm sorry that you've been going through some shit, you know, over the past few years. But I'm glad that my streams have been able to, you know, like, brighten your mood. Vsauce and Betty for the sub, J for the 3. You should hit the cart instead. Cash out for the sub, Gravity for the 3. All right, refund Vibe, and I'll tap the cart in like 10 minutes. I'll bring it over here. Okay. Are we ready? Look at... Okay, these are... Did I already show you guys the video? I did show you guys the videos that we're watching. Do you wear socks in the shower? What a dumb fucking question. What a dumb fucking question that is. Who the hell wears socks in the shower? I gotta say this. Who here wear... Okay, if you got like a genuine reason to do it, okay, fine, right? I'm not gonna scold anybody or make fun of anybody that wants to you know, do this or needs to do this for either like religious or health purposes or like insecurity. If you wear water shoes just because you like wearing water shoes, or if you go to the beach and wear socks, like if I see somebody pull up to the beach in socks and sandals and they get wet, no. Dude, just the feeling of wearing wet, sandy socks is so gross. It's so gross. So gross. I wouldn't be able to fucking do it. I always wear socks in the water. Why? Like just socks? You just run into the water wearing socks? What's a water shoe? Exactly what it sounds like. Exactly what it sounds like. All right. Random for the sub, Oscar and Atlas for the sub. Let's lock in here, chat. First video of the day for the philosophy stream. Haven't done one of these in months. Done philosophy segments pretty recently, but not a full philosophy stream. Lock in. Lock in. Kurtzka's out video. Do you have free will? Do we want to start with this one? Or I feel like this is a good one to start with. The other ones are going to get more complex. Let's start with this one. Do you have free will? Change title? The title's fine.
Are you free? Free to choose what you do and...
Is this not in 1080p? Why is this in 480p, bitch?
Are you free? Free to choose what you do and make decisions? Or are you an NPC, unable to decide anything for yourself? You feel that you have control over your life, or at least what you'll have for breakfast. But this may be an illusion. Physics actually may force you to go through life as if on rails, with no free will at all.
Do you believe that you have the ability to choose things? Do you believe that you have free will? Now, what gets really trippy is if you don't believe that you have free will, then you are already determined. It's already predetermined that you would say that. Like, if you say you don't have free will, then you were already programmed to say that you don't have free will and believe that you don't have free will. Like, that's the confusing bit. Yes, I believe I have free will. I would say you have the freedom of contemplation. Without a doubt. You have the freedom of contemplation. But whether or not you have the freedom of choice, different story. Did you see the Chris Tyson thing? Yeah, we talked about it briefly yesterday. It is nuts. I've been seeing a lot of it on Twitter. But, yeah, no, we already talked about that. Fizzy for the sub, jokes for the 3. I don't know what's real and not real, though, because a lot of people are just saying a million fucking things is the problem. But I know, I mean, at least some of it is whack. It's just, I don't know what is true and what is not true. Because you know when you're on Twitter and you see a post and it has under that bit, it's like a little fact check thing. And it's like, readers added context, blah, blah, blah. Like, a lot of those posts are like, this, blah, 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 this didn't happen, this, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, some of it's true, some of it's not. So is it real? I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Your boy for the sub, jokes for the 3. I had a big cut on the bottom of my foot, so I wore one sock, was kind of fire, quit hating. Crooked, random, and Oscar for the sub. All right, lock back in.
Experience free will all the time. Like when you just
see Biden dropping out. Yeah, I also saw, I think this was another fake post. This is why Twitter's kind of whack. There was a post on Twitter last night saying that Biden was on hospice and wasn't going to live the night. And I went to bed genuinely thinking that when I was going to wake up, it was going to be a news headline that Biden died. And I'm like, I was sitting there like genuinely thinking that when I awoke, I was going to be like, oh my God, we don't have a president. Well, we would have a president, but it would just get transferred to Kamala Harris. Jay for the 3. I say that it lois about you gotta retype that. It lois about being programmed, but what happened to you throughout your life makes the decisions come faster and seem less in control. Ryan for the sub. No idea what you were trying to say.
decided to watch this video instead of doing something useful. Free will is your ability to decide by yourself.
What do you think about Kamala Harris? Last thing I'm saying about the presidential shit, and then we're going to get into this. I'm way more likely to vote for Kamala Harris than Biden. Oh, my God. I was originally going to vote for Robert F. Kennedy. If Kamala Harris gets the nomination and is the Democratic nominee over Biden, I would probably vote for Kamala. I think she's the most well-spoken out of the candidates, out of Robert F. Kennedy and Trump, and the youngest. And a lot of the Democratic values align. I mean, she obviously has problems like every other fucking candidate. But, I mean, if I'm just going off of, like, hey, the other two options are in their 70s, like, Trump will be, like, 83 when he gets out of office. No. So, yeah, well, I mean, I'm also just not a Republican, but, yeah, Trump would be old. I think Robert F. Kennedy's still in his early 70s. Somebody said well-spoken dead emoji. Well-spoken in the sense that I can understand what she's saying. When I voted for Biden in 2020, but thank God he got out. When Biden was speaking, it was fucking confusing, right? Like, you didn't know, and he would stutter a lot. You had no idea what he was saying, right? This, you can tell. Gugogli and Crooked for the sub, Ryan for the sub. Let's lock in. Also, I do want to say this. If you're getting offended that I'm saying Kamala Harris is well-spoken, you better buckle up for a philosophy stream, because I might offend every foundational belief you have ever had in your entire life. You better buckle up. I'm saying that right now. We're 20 minutes into the stream, 30 seconds into a video. I might come out fucking gun swinging and say that I don't think God's real. Dude, I'm just letting you know, right? It's gonna be a rough stream for you if you're already upset by that, right? Like, I might genuinely just come out and be like, I don't think there's an afterlife, right? And you're gonna crash out, okay? So I would lock in. Do you believe in God? I don't believe in an afterlife. No. I believe that when I die, I die. I went to a Catholic school, studied theology in college as half of my degree that I just got. I mean, I'm not an expert on every religion ever, but out of every religion I know about Christianity the most, I do not believe in an afterlife now. White for the 5. What's the Chris situation? Also excited for the flash stream. Love what you do. Skittles for the sub, J for the 3. It's like, it is less like being programmed, but more like the things that happen to you will make you have a decision faster and without thought. Yeah, so you're saying that, like, you kind of, what I'm interpreting, are you saying that when you make a decision, it's kind of an impulsive choice followed up by free will after that choice? But the moment of choice, that's what I think, is at the moment of choice, you're already predetermined what you're going to think. But then when you have contemplation, you can change what your future choices would be. Baby and Ashton for the sub. Oh, and the Chris situation, just, dude, look it up on Twitter.
Of what you do. It means that the future is an open arena that you can shape with your actions. It's at the core of human relationships. It means you are responsible for your actions, which is the basis of our moral and legal systems. There are too many dimensions for one short video: moral, psychological, biological, so we'll focus on the most essential part. Is free will even possible? Two main philosophical camps are fighting about this. No matter how we represent them, they'll be upset about it, so we'll use our own words.
Well, here's the weird thing, is as animals get more intelligent, they have more choices to be made. But if you start at a bacteria or an animal that kind of is very low functioning, like what's like a very low functioning, like a worm, right? Like a worm is kind of just moving animatronically, right? They're a living creature. Like a snail is a living creature. They have sensors and they move and eat and shit and die and reproduce, right? Like they do a lot of the things that we do, but they don't have a personality, right? They're just kind of moving throughout the dirt, kind of sensor-based, choices, right? They're not contemplating, right? And then as you get more and more intelligent, things contemplate their choices more and more, right? So obviously with humans, you contemplate basically every choice you've ever made, but not everything. Some things are impulsive, but like birds, like crows, they contemplate. Like they're very smart. They have problem solving. They can think of what they need to do to get something done. But does that mean that they have free will? Or is that just a higher level of survivalistic, impulsive action, right? Is your contemplation just you trying to do something that's good for your survival, or are you trying to do something that is outside of the survivalistic needs that you may have? Alex for the 3. Like, is it based off evolution and you just being an animal? Or are you actually a higher intelligent being that has the capacity of consciousness and the ability to think freely outside of the bounds of life, death, eating, shitting, and fucking all your base needs? I feel like your will and opinions are based on your experience and who you hang around IMO. Well, that changes you. Your surroundings change you as an individual, right? Like, depending where I'm not going to ask where you guys are from because I don't want you guys to, dox yourselves. But where you live now, your life is, the way it is. If you were to move one city over and go to a different high school, you would have different friends. You would have a different job. You would have a different personality. And everything about you would be different. So are you forming your own life, or are the things around you forming your own life, right? Not even if you lived in a different state. If you moved one city over, you would be going to a different school. You'd have entirely different friends. You'd live in a different hometown. You would grow up in a different environment that would change you so drastically. So the way you are now is very unlikely the way that you are now, right? Like the odds that you are the person that you are and the experiences that you had is very unlikely. But even outside of that, you didn't control those things. you never chose where you grew up. You never chose what household you lived in, right? You never chose, for the most part, what high school you went to. Now, a lot of the experiences that you have, and as you age, all you guys are making choices now, and everybody makes choices now. You do, starting at a fairly young age. But those choices are backed on things that you had no choice of. So then does that mean that the choices you make now are actually free, or are they impeded by things that you have done previously or have been done onto you? J for the 3. The things around you form a lot of you, but the way you respond to negative or positive things changes who you are. But the way you respond to those things is based off contemplation, which I think is the only thing that is free of you, and the experiences that you've already had. Speedy for the 3, Sweaty for the sub, Alex for the 3. I feel like your will and opinions are basically already for that. Lulu's for the 5. If you don't mind me asking, do you make more on TikTok or Twitch? Twitch. It's not even close. I make 10% of what I make. I make 10% of what I make on Twitch on TikTok. Ashton for the sub, Baby and Skittles for the sub. All right.
First camp claimed
Somebody redeemed Flex. Also, for the people spamming card, I'll do it after this video. Relax. Lock in.
that the very idea of free will is fundamentally incompatible with the laws of the universe. You are an NPC. Whatever you exactly are, it's somehow made up of your physical brain and body. And these are made of cells, which are made of proteins, which are made of atoms and particles like protons or electrons. So fundamentally, you're a specific, quite lovely, dynamic pattern of particles. Particles have no will, no motivation, no freedom. They blindly follow the laws.
Yeah, and that's what's so weird, is you are compiled of not lifeless, but where does the you start? If I start taking cells away from you, when do you not exist? Says who? Fucking biology, bro. You are made up of billions of cells, right? And all of them together is you, right? And even if you just go to your brain alone and all the neurons and the neuroconnections in your brain, none of those individually are you, but all of them grouped together is you. You're effectively a hive mind of just a bunch of cells. Like if I started taking your neurons away, eventually you just wouldn't be able to think. And so you wouldn't be you anymore. But when would we consider you not you? When you can't fucking speak anymore? Or when you die? Or like at what point, what is a neuron? Like a connecting point or like a thing in your brain, like a neuroconnection, right? How do I explain what a neuron is? A specialized cell transmitting nerve pulses. A neuron. Like it's if I punched you in the face, your neurons would fire and you would go, ah, that fucking hurt. Right? Or if you see a pretty woman that you like, in your brain, you would say, and things would fire, and you would go, oh my God, she's beautiful, right? But all of those together have to fire for that to happen. J for the 3. It's not you when you can no longer act like yourself. Removing in the prefrontal/frontal cortex would affect this the most. So then, are people with Alzheimer's or dementia then anymore? At what point does somebody with Alzheimer's is not? At what point with somebody is somebody with Alzheimer's no longer then? Dell for the 3. You have the choice to choose anything whether you do it or not. Sleepy for the sub. Yes, but you believe that you can have the choice, but your choice is impeded by all your experiences that have affected you unwillingly. I don't know for the sub. It's Mason for the fucking 10,000 biddies. Dump in the goddamn chat. I can't scream. Thank you for the 10K biddies. It's Mason forever. Love your streams and videos. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for the fucking 10K biddies. And thank you for the nice message as well. It's Mason forever. Dump in the fucking chat for that shit. Thank them if you get, I'm saying thank them if you got a sub. It's not a sub, Joe. Thank you for the fucking biddies, dude.
of physics.
Duh.
And we don't know why, but most laws of physics are deterministic, which means that things happen the way they do because of the things that came before. If you play pool and hit a ball at a specific speed and angle, the laws of physics tell you exactly how all the balls on the table will behave, their speeds, recoil directions, everything. These laws completely decide the behavior of all balls on the table. At the microscopic level, things work very much like that, only without players. Actions and reactions affect all the particles in the universe, creating a chain of causal effects that extends throughout time from the past to the future. Things happen, making other things happen. Now imagine that if right after the Big Bang,
It's wild to think, I mean, this is just the domino effect, too, going off of this. A small choice you made in, like, 4th grade could change the entire trajectory of your life. And you'll literally never know. Because you're never going to think back and be like, oh, well, this changed this, which changed this, which changed this. Yeah, butterfly effect, domino effect. But I mean, like, literally, very small interactions with people change everything. I always think about this. I always think about this with car crashes specifically. When you get into a car crash, if you left your house 10 seconds later or earlier, it wouldn't be you. If you literally, like, I'm always like, damn, I'm late. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, what if like, when I'm driving somewhere and I see a car crash that just happened, in my head, I'm like, if I had left 4 minutes earlier, that would be me. I would be involved in that car crash. Bussy for the 5. I don't know for the sub. I mean, that also depends whether or not it's your fault. But 2, just like stopping at a stop sign, running a red light, right? Speeding through a yellow light. That'll change traffic and change who gets into a car crash. Something as simple as that. And then who dies that day, right? Because somebody died in a car crash today.
A smart supercomputer looked at every single particle in the universe and noted all their properties. Just by applying the deterministic laws of physics, it should be able to predict what all the particles in
The same goes for the other person in the car, though. Yes, you both had a schedule. For you to get into a car crash with somebody, you both had to leave at the perfect time to hit each other. It's not just you, right? Because their life is also as complex as yours. If you left 3 minutes late and they left 5 minutes early and you fucking head-on collision each other, that happened because you fucking forgot to turn your lights off or some bullshit. Stern for the sub.
Existence would be doing until the end of time. But if you're made of particles and it's technically possible to calculate what particles will do forever, then you never decided anything. Your past, present, and future were already predetermined and decided at the Big Bang. That would mean there is a kind of fate, and you are not free to decide anything. You may feel like you make decisions, but you're actually on autopilot. The motions of the particles that make up your...
Yeah, the way things were at the start of the Big Bang, the universe knew... In the place we are now, it didn't know then because the past and the present didn't exist. But I mean, we also don't know that universal law-wise. But in the universe, when it was formed, you were bound to exist in the exact moment you do. What, 13 point something billion years later? Like, it was known that if somebody was like an ultimate being that could see everything, from the start of the universe, you were bound to exist in the moment that you do. Vibe for the 5. I already told this story, but I repeated kindergarten when I was too young and underdeveloped. Also changed schools for my second year of kindergarten. Met the people I wouldn't be friends with during my freshman year. My life would have been so different if I didn't leave school or repeat that grade. Exactly. Everyone you know, you wouldn't know. Well, not everybody, but most people. It's not for the sub.
Brain cells that made you watch this video were decided 14 billion years ago. You're just in the room when it happens. You're only witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds in real time. But this can't be true because of quantum mechanics, right?
What if we were in somebody's imagination, like we aren't real, we're just somebody's thought? Biblicious for the sub. You would need a reason to believe that, right? Like, what prompts you to think that we don't actually exist, not in a simulation, but also in somebody's brain? You could be, like, there's, like, the floating brain, or the brain in fucking a vacuum or space theory or whatever the fuck it is. I hate that shit, but it's like, it tries to prove that you actually don't exist in the form that you think you do, and you're just, like, a brain that's floating that is kind of conjuring up all of these experiences that you're having. It's more likely that a brain would come to existence just randomly in space than you coming in existence in the form that you exist in right now. But I'm also like, you need perception, and a brain without just a brain by itself can't perceive. It needs other facilities to be able to.
Quantum processes are intrinsically random, not deterministic, and can't be predicted with total certainty. On the quantum pool table, balls can go randomly left or up or banana. Their behavior isn't set by what came before, but randomly decided in real time. But for the no free will camp, this doesn't affect their argument. They think that since quantum processes are random, they don't allow you to make any decisions. Because if there's randomness for the things that fundamentally make up your brain and body, these random processes...
There's no proof of everything you don't physically see with your own eyes. There's no proof of anything even that you do see with your own eyes. Everything that you see with your own eyes is how your brain is interpreting the universe that you live in. It's not actually what the universe is like. It's a perception that you have that enables you to survive and reproduce. It's not objectivity, right? The way you perceive life through your eyes, ears, nose, and everything isn't what actually the universe is like, objectively. It's a thing that your body has enabled you to do through evolution over the past fucking, millions, billions of years to keep you alive. Who says it isn't? Look at other animals, right, and how they perceive the world. If you look at animals like dolphins that have, like, capacity of, like, echolocation or things like that, they're perceptions that we don't have. Their universe, to them, is objectively different than our universe. But neither of the two are what the universe actually is. And that's why, somebody redeemed that. And that's why when a lot of people take, like, fucking DMT and hallucinogens, they're not saying that's what the universe is like, but it kind of opens you up to the mindset that if you're capable of taking something so minutely small, like a mushroom, and that can change your entire perception of the world for 7 hours, then the perception that you have sober is as inaccurate as the perception you have when you're hallucinating. Both are not, both a dolphin and a human in this example, their perceptions are to enable them to get through life and not die. That doesn't, it's not to show you what the universe actually is. The way you perceive me and the way I perceive anybody, or like my background, or the way things smell, right? That's not what the universe is actually like, right? Like if I look at, if you look at this is just in colors, too. This is green, right? And I'm not going to get into the fact that your green might look different than my green, and we just have no way of knowing. But the fact that this green, right, or like yellowish, it kind of looks like puke. This doesn't actually have a color, right? This is how light reflects off of this into your eye and how you perceive it. This is yellow or green, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yellow, green, it doesn't matter, chat. Who gives a fuck? The way you perceive this isn't what it's actually like to no observer. That doesn't mean that this is changing color when somebody leaves. It just means that it doesn't have color. Light just reflects off of it and into somebody's eye in a different way. Other animals perceive color differently than we do. Like dogs, or bats, or cats, or whatever, right? And that all being different between every animal means that this doesn't actually have an objective color, because color only exists in the eye of a perceiver. Baby and Nyla for the sub. Alex for the 3.
Processes make the decisions for you. How? Say an electron can randomly go right or left. If it goes left, it triggers electric currents between your neurons that create a neuronal process which triggers a long chain of actions that make you watch a YouTube video. Or it goes right and makes you clean your room. Just because the chain is extremely complex doesn't mean you have any control over it. So maybe your fate was not decided at the Big Bang, but it is decided at this very moment. The important part is that it's not decided by you. You get no say in this. You have no free will. Wow. This is kind of a bummer because the argument fundamentally seems to make sense. Except, no, screams the free will side. This is a really bad way to think about the universe. You are the main character.
Well, that's not true. That's just fucking stupid. You are not the main character at all. You will never be the main character. There is no main character. You exist, and you will die. That is... You exist. No one knows about you. Even if people do know about you. Like, Ronaldo isn't the main character. A lot of people know him, but he's not the main character. He's just a dude.
Know that we can reduce everything that exists to its basic particles and the laws that guide them. While this makes physics feel like the only scientific discipline that actually matters, there's a problem. You can't explain everything in our universe only in terms of particles. One key fact about reality that we can't explain by looking just at electrons and quantum stuff is emergence. Emergence is when many small things together create new fundamental traits that didn't exist before. A drop of water is just a sextillion H2O molecules. If you get water on your pants, they get wet. But what is wetness? H2O molecules are not wet, but your pants are definitely wet now. Many small things together just created something new that doesn't exist at the level of the individual molecules. Emergence occurs at all levels of reality.
Is water wet? No, an individual H2O molecule isn't wet, but the thing, the definition of being wet is something that has H2O molecules attached to it. So one H2O molecule is not wet, but the idea of water is usually plural. And so any water molecule that is more than one singular water molecule, anything that's more than an individual H2O molecule, is considered wet because it's attached to other H2O molecules.
And reality seems to be organized in layers. Atoms, molecules, cells, tissues, organs, you, society. Put
like, genuinely don't come back to my stream. Like, I'm not mad, you know, but, like, I know this is a less viewership day, you know. Not everybody loves philosophy. It's something where I average less viewers. I understand it's not meant for everyone, and you don't want to think about this shit because you're bored. I don't care, you know? Fuck off, right? You could have just not watched today's stream, but you chose to just yap at me and tell me you're bored, so I'm keeping you banned in my chat. Don't even submit an unban request.
Many things in one layer together, and they'll create the next layer up. Every time they do, entirely new properties emerge. One atom can't handle information, but many of them together can form a DNA molecule. Molecules are not alike.
Like, hey, dude, if you want to watch my other streams, I'm not going to be mad. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you can't watch me. Like, I don't give a fuck if you watch me or you don't watch me, you know? But if you're going to come in my chat and just complain, like, oh my God. Nate for the sub, loyal for the 3. My problem with the Big Bang Theory is for a random explosion to create such a complex world and living things and get everything right is crazy. That's why I think there has to be a higher being. What do you mean get everything right? Baby for the sub. What do you mean get everything right? What's considered right? The way things are? The only reason you think the way things are right is because you exist in a world that fosters your life. If you existed in another plane with an entirely different universe, you would think it's right. Whatever universe you were born in, regardless of how it looked, you would say, oh yeah, this is right. Because what's wrong? What's wrong? You know, you could say things that are wrong on Earth, but if you're saying in the broad universe, like, what's right and wrong? The way stars are formed and shit, like, you know everything to be normal and true and fucking, you know, objectively right in the universe just because those are the laws of the universe that you've been taught and that's the way things work. It could have ideally been something else, and that also would just be perceivably normal to you. The norm is what you grow up in, right? If I were to throw you into an alternate dimension where the fucking sky is pink and grass is purple and flamingos are as smart as humans, you would still go in my chat and go, you know, I think there has to be a higher being because, like, everything's perfect. Because all you know is that. You don't know anything else. So how do you know what? You can't compare it to anything, right? And if you can't compare it, how can you truly say that the way things are now is perfect or right, right? It's default. It's the only thing you know. Joke for the three. Do you think we will ever know what the universe is if we only know how to perceive it? Or how we perceive it because it's the only thing seen, but that's like a tree falling when nobody's around? I don't think you will ever truly... I don't think any human in the next 1,000 years will understand what the universe is like. Having perception immediately... You need perception to understand things, but having perception ultimately limits you from understanding the true grasp or trueness of the universe. Because you're limited to the perceptions that you have. Wretch for the sub. Nate for the sub. When are you playing Joy of Creation again? Tomorrow. Today's philosophy, tomorrow's Joy of Creation, and we're going to finish it in the horror games. Thursday I'm off, Friday's React, Saturday's Reacts and Gaming. Sunday is off. Monday we're going to play more Cuphead. Maybe finish it. Probably not, though. We'll probably need to do 3 streams. Next Tuesday, I don't know what I'm doing. And then we'll go from there. Alex for the 3. If you have any gigs you want me to watch, or gigs you want me to play, or videos you want me to watch, check somebody's Discord videos, /tab, games, /tab. Isn't that just classical condition? Alex for the 3. I mean, hold up. Let me compare. A type of learning that happens unconsciously? I mean, kind of. But classical conditioning, like, if you're talking about learning, that's different than just perception. I'm not talking about learning the way the universe is. I'm just talking about, like, perceiving, right? Perceiving is different from learning, because learning is you're getting info from it and using that info to do certain things, rather than me just seeing the world, me just seeing a white wall and going, oh, that's a white wall.
But many of them can form a cell, and cells are alive. With each jump up the complexity ladder, the rules of what's possible change. Completely new things emerge that are much more than the sum of their parts. And here, the reductionist view of the universe breaks down. The layers of reality need each other to make sense. You can explain living things with cells, cells with molecules, and molecules with atoms. But because of emergence, you can't start with quantum particles and reconstruct the universe. You can't explain galaxies with quantum mechanics or human psychology with quarks. This is not the whole story. Reality is not just structured in layers, but for some reason, the layers are also largely independent of each other.
Going back to classical conditioning, I do think it's weird, just learning thing-wise, where it's not even really conditioning. I mean, I guess if you're saying it conditions the entire human population. The way we think philosophically, religiously, and all this other shit is based off of our ancestors previously and their trains of thought. Like, if you were to have a clean slate and have to relearn knowledge, just human knowledge, from start till now, we might come up with drastically different things than we've previously known. Like, different theories, different scientific measurements, and all this other shit. Obviously, some things are objective, like gravity, but in terms of, like, how you perceive the world, you're limited by trains of thought that have been previously inflicted upon you from other generations, right? Even if you don't believe in them, you're still clouded by previous trains of thought. Like, you grow up knowing the way society works and how a toilet works and shit, and right? Like, there might be a better way to do certain things, but you'll never know because you're always ingrained to believe that this is the way things are. What's DMT? Dimethyltryptamine. Brody for the 3. I'm going to college for psychology. Classical conditioning is attaching an unnatural response to a natural stimulus. It's very different than learning regularly. Even Pavlov discovered classical conditioning by realizing that dogs begin to salivate to the sound of the dinner bell is still actual food. But that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Is what I would say the classical conditioning is different than the topic of learning as a whole. Yeah, but it's not different than the topic of learning as a whole. Classical conditioning is entirely intertwined with learning because it's based off learning, or you're saying it's conditioning, but conditioning is just a form of learning, right? In my mind, in the sense that a dog would learn that every time they eat, a dinner bell is played. And so they're conditioned to think that when a dinner bell is played, they're going to eat. But that is off of learning that, right? Which is the same thing as conditioning. It's a form of learning. Marin for the sub. Bibliscus for the 3. Once the universe finishes expanding, do you think it'll come back in on itself, causing another big bang and restarting the universe? Probably. And I think I'll live this life over again in a billion years. Or not a billion years, in like 50 billion years or whenever the universe ends. I think I'm going to live this exact life again at some moment. And I won't know because I'll be a different version of me with different atoms. But if the universe is genuinely infinite, then everything that could happen will happen and has happened. Like, anything that is extremely unlikely on a universal scale is going to happen. No, you won't ever exist again. I won't ever exist again. But another Joe Bartolozzi might. A different Joe Bartolozzi might. That lives the same exact life and is saying the same exact things as me now, 50 billion years in the future. But it won't be me, because what is me? What makes me me? If another me exists and lives the same life as my own, that still isn't me, because my mind isn't in their body and their mind isn't in my body. So I am the only person that can ever exist. So I will be dead. But then what version of me is the one that exists? Did that make sense? A better example is if I cloned you and your clone lived the same exact life as you, that clone is still not you. Even if it has the same exact personality traits and the same exact train of thought. You and him think and act in sync, right? Every thought you have, they have, and every action you have, they have as well. You're still not them, and they're not you. Because you can't know what they're thinking unless they tell you. So even if there is a me that exists, or you that exists billions of years in the future and lives the same exact life as your own, the only you that will ever exist is the you that exists right now. And you can't prove that you are just, when you fall asleep, you might die and a copy of you is made, and then that you that went to sleep died, and the copy of you continued your own life and just believes that they've always existed, right? When I go to bed, I could very well die, but I could also philosophically or thinking-wise die, wake up, and just be a different me that has the same memories as my previous self. I might believe that I've lived a life of 22 years, but realistically, I could have popped into existence today. That's like the last Tuesday theory. Like, how do you know something didn't happen last Tuesday, right? You might just know. There's no proof, right? Even the videos on your phone or whatever, they could have just been from other versions of you. Jerry for the 3. I mean, biologically, you also change every 7 years. Every cell in your body every 7 years, I think it's every 7 years, changes. So 7 years ago, you were not the same person you are now at all. Every cell in your body had died. You have memories and other things. I think brain cells or neurons might be a little bit different, but everything in your body is different, right? And then on just another philosophical level, you can also change as an individual in a day, a week, a month, a year. You could be an entirely different person now than you were a month ago, right? Mentally. Alex for the 3. Don't all your cells regenerate every 7 years? So technically, you're a new year every 7 years. Yeah, but I don't know about brain cells. I think there's some. I think a lot of neurons stay with you your whole life, or certain like neuro connections. Jerry for the 3. I'm a VOD viewer. This is why I'm not an expert on psychology though, or like how that on the science aspect of psychology, not the sociological aspect of psychology. One of my first streams I caught, I want to say you genuinely made me want to learn to open my mind. Like, shit, philosophy is genuinely so interesting. Dub.
Things existing within the same layer can influence each other and maybe a layer up or down. But often they don't seem to influence things much higher up or down. To figure out how your organs work, you don't need quarks. To understand politics, you don't need to know about cells. If you want to explain things happening on one layer, you can only do that by staying close to that layer. No, screams the no free will camp in frustration. You can't just use magic to explain free will. But the emergence argument doesn't invoke magic. It just says that thinking about free will in terms of determinism and fundamental laws is a dead end. A kind of category error, like trying to explain galaxies by looking at your digestive tract. It's part of a reductionist school of thinking about the universe that very successfully shaped science for a long time, but that's challenged by emergence. So maybe trying to understand free will by looking at fundamental particles, deterministic laws, and quantum mechanics misses the point. The question we should be asking is, which layer of reality is relevant to free will? Well, just like no individual molecule creates wetness, not a single cell in your brain wants to watch YouTube. But one layer up, your brain, made of 80 billion interconnected neurons, does. On this layer, all the things relevant to you emerge.
Well, what is making that choice? Like the hive mind, dude, literally. You got to be a hive mind, because there's certain sections of your brain, but when you compartmentalize things, like you could say, oh yeah, this frontal lobe or is responsible for a part of memory or something like that, or your prefrontal cortex or whatever is responsible for decision making. But if you actually go into that part of the brain, it's just a bunch of cells. There's no like orbiting ball of energy that you would be like, oh, that's you, right? So then what's making the decision to do something? What's the thing in my body that is making me say the words that are coming out of my mouth right now? Or what is the thing in your body that you could point towards a section of your brain, but what truly is making you understand the things that are coming out of my mouth?
Your consciousness.
Somebody said God. I mean, maybe. I just don't like. I mean, like on a philosophical perspective, one of the things I didn't like is I don't like attributing to God to things that don't make sense. Obviously, there will be many things of this universe that don't make sense to me because I'm a human and I'm limited by my human mind, body, and perception. But for me to go, I don't understand this, God, it's just a means of explaining something away that doesn't make sense. For me to just go, okay, God. Somebody said soul. But your soul and your consciousness are two different things. A soul is usually not argued to be the same thing as a consciousness. Me and what my choices are separate. They might be intertwined, but they're not the same thing. Like, most philosophers are not arguing that a soul and the consciousness are one and the same. Brainiac for the 3. What kind of jobs will a degree in philosophy help you get? A lot of philosophy jobs you need to go get a master's for. Or a multi-degree. The majority of philosophy majors are psych double majors. And then they go and they do therapy, psychiatry, and things of those sorts. But outside of that, there's a lot of DC jobs, a lot of human resources jobs. You can work at hospitals, and they can help you make decisions. A lot of philosophy doctorates work for hospitals where, say there's somebody that doesn't have a power of attorney, and somebody's in a vegetative state, they go to a board of philosophers that decide the moral implications of pulling a plug on an individual. Like, one of my professors that taught me this past year in the spring, or not in the spring, in the fall, moral theory, he worked at a hospital for like 5 years or 6 years or something. And it's not like an everyday thing, but when they have certain cases where it's like, we have a person and they can't make the decision for themselves and they have no one to make the decision for them, they have to have philosophers step in and maybe take into account the religion. To my knowledge, this is how he described it to me. Take into account maybe the religion that they are, or their wishes if they have any written down, and then also kind of weigh the moral implications on what would be right or wrong in this situation. Hold up. And DC for the 3. I'm on a 12-hour car ride And at the last stop, I ate a 250 milligram edible in the car with my parents that don't like weed, so I'm happy to be in the philosophy stream. Brainiac for the 3. It's not Dar for the sub, Alex for the 3. Don't already read that. So you're in a 12-hour car ride and you're just fucking blasted.
Character, feelings, your fears and dreams. This is where you emerge. We don't know what.
Tran for the 5. Do you think gravity is coincidentally as strong as it needs to be, or did God make it that way? Again, what do you mean as strong as it needs to be? If we changed gravity to be a different number, the universe would be different. But if you were born in a universe where gravity was different, you would just go, wow, isn't it? You would say the same fucking thing. You would say, wow, isn't it crazy that gravity's like perfect? Like if you were born, if your body was able to withstand the gravity on a planet that has 3 times the gravitational pull that Earth does, you would sit there and you would be watching a stream. You would weigh fucking 565 pounds and you would be fucking hunkered to the ground, but you would be strong enough to move. Your bones would be fucking thick as steel. And you would go, huh, isn't it crazy that gravity is like fucking, you know, perfect? You would just say the same thing. You literally, like, I know, yeah, oh yeah, all the numbers would get fucked up and the whole universe would look different and everything might collapse or whatever if gravity was different. But I'm saying, say gravity started out as a different number, right? Or gravitational pull was different, right? And if you were free falling towards Earth, it wasn't, what, 9 point something meters squared or whatever. And the pull of how fast you fell to the Earth and the gravitational pull on Earth was different and we all were born that way. You would still just go, oh yeah, no, it's great the way it is. Oh my God, it's like it's meant to be. Bull for the 3, or for the sub. Kev for the 3. I had an ego death, the question of who I am. I became very apparent and learned that I am no one. You are a thinking thing. That's all you are. Your name has no value. Your name is a means of getting your perceptual attention, right? So somebody says your name. It's an identification basis of your body, but it's also just a means of getting your attention. My name is Joe Bartolozzi, but I'm not Joe Bartolozzi. I'm just a being. I just exist, and I think, and I breathe, eat, and I will die, right? Who I am at the end of the day has no answer, right? I am me. I'm someone, usually when you ask somebody who they are on a deeper level, they might show their interests or something like that. They might share what they like or what they don't like. But at the end of the day, does that really describe you? What are you? At an inner level. I'm just a thing that perceives as you are, as everything else is, as every human is. Buell for the 3. Look up what would happen if gravity was different strength. Yeah, it would fuck up the universe if it changed. Or are you saying what would happen if it started out different? What would happen if gravity was a different strength than it is now? Stronger gravity would call your blood to pool in your extremities, making your heart work extra hard to keep blood pumping around your body. You would probably die. Yeah, but listen, that's if it just randomly changed now. But if it was always like that, you would evolve differently.
Why and how, but we know that you're here right now. How all the things going on in your brain play off each other to make you who you are is a whole different can of worms. But on this layer of reality, you are...
Somebody said that is so gay. Oh my God, if gravity was like stronger, it would pull your blood and it would pull your blood everywhere. What the fuck? What about that? What do you mean that is so gay? What?
Are part of the decision process. Because at this level, you are just one more physical cause of whatever happens in your brain. You are shaped by your...
No, the universe would fall apart. Bro, are you listening to what I am saying, dog? Yes, if the value of gravity changed, the whole universe would fall apart. Sure. But not if the universe started out that way.
Your decisions, and your decisions are shaped by you. You have a say about this layer of
reality. It was just formed differently.
You are not just witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds, you're actually taking part in it. And you're free to do so however you see fit. At least this is how some on the free will
What do you mean by the value of gravity? How strong the pull is of something by the mass that it has. Right? There's a definitive value in how fast something's spinning and how much mass and how dense it is in coordinates with how big or how powerful the pull is on other objects around it and the pull it has on other objects and the objects have on it. That value can change, right? Or it can't change, but to my knowledge. But the hypothetical is, what if it did, right? And gravity in general was twice as strong as it is now. Yes, the universe would collapse, but not if it started out that way.
I'd see it. Conclusion and opinion. So, who's right?
Oh my god, nobody's right. It's up to you. That's what Kurt's gonna say. Next one. Next! Chat, which one? Astrophobia, the fear of space, or hedonism, the pursuit of happiness? Low-key, fear of space sounds so much better because we've already just been yapping about the value of gravity for the last 5 minutes. Cart time, I know, but we gotta pick a video first. Pick a video first. Mods, do a poll between space and hedonism, pursuit of happiness. Which one? Do you like Kevin Gates? Is that the rapper? I've not listened to a Kevin Gates song in a while. I can tell you that. Ugh. Ugh. All right, what are people voting? All right, people are voting the fear of space. Word. Next. Which is which? One is fear of space, two is hedonism. Fear of space.
1960. On December 24th, 1968.
Tell you right now, we're not getting through this whole video.
Apollo 8.
Unless this is the most interesting video I've ever fucking watched. It's just 32 minutes long. Haste for the 5. How long are you streaming today? 3 hours. So another 2 hours.
It made its first orbit around the moon.
It's going to be a shorter stream.
While the astronauts were coming around the backside of the moon, one of the astronauts, Bill Anders, had taken out his Hasselblad camera to get a picture of the lunar landscape.
And then they saw the backside of the moon and they went, holy fuck. Oh my god. There's mole people on the other side of the moon? Holy shit. Oh my god, the conspiracy theorists were right. There's mole people on the other side of the moon? We gotta take this to our graves.
He pulled his hands up to take the photo.
And then they turned to Earth, and it was like the Smiling Friends episode. And they went, oh my god, the Earth is flat. It's a fucking dome. There's a glass dome. The Earth is, it's like a disc. We can't tell anybody about this.
Photo, he saw the Earth in a way that, at the time, only
that's far as fuck.
Those men had ever seen it, as a ball in the darkness of space. And he took possibly the most influential...
Oh my god, yo, I honestly think I'd have a heart attack if you put me on space and I looked back and this is what I saw. Holy fuck, dude. Like, imagine being on the moon and turning back and actually seeing the only fucking thing every human has ever known.
The photo, now known as Earthrise. Earthrise can be described as many things. Influential, important, recognizable.
Somebody said, yo, that's my house. Oh my god, I think I see... Holy shit, I think I see my house.
But I would describe it as something different. To me, and to many others, this image, this famous, influential image, can only be described as terrifying. The blackness of space...
I don't know about terrifying. It is creepy that right now we're floating through a void. Like an actual void. Where there's nothing for a long-ass time. You know, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to put y'all on some shit that's fun as hell, okay? Download Skyview Lite, the app, and when it's nighttime and it's a clear night out, go outside and click on the stars that you see, and it'll give you a whole description of the stars on your phone, and it'll tell you how far they are in light years and all this other shit. And, dude, it's so sick to see, like, stars that are 1,000 light years old, and you're literally viewing light from that planet that started heading your way in the year 1024. Like, fucking long as hell ago. There's a lot of stars that are, like, 15 light years away. And it's really cool to look at those because you're like, oh, you know, the light from those stars still existed when I was, you know, fucking 6 or 7 or whatever. But, I forget what planet it is. Or not, it's not a planet, it's a star. I forget what star it is, but there's a star that's exploding. What star is exploding in 2024 that we will see? T Coronae Borealis, also known as TCRB or Blaze Star, is on the precipice of a massive explosion, one that should be visible from Earth. But it's like 3,000 light years away. So in our perception, the star will be exploding at this year, right? In 2024. But the star actually exploded before Jesus was alive. But we don't see it until it's here.
Around the Earth, the visible meteorite craters in the moon, the simple fact that that tiny ball surrounded by the eternity of the cosmos is all of us, are just some of what makes...
I can't find stars amusing. Dude, I love you. Okay, you might be in a shitty area. Watching stars... See, hold up, let me pull up a picture. Like, in the average area that you're going to fucking live in, yeah, stars are going to be pretty trash just because of light pollution or what elevation you're in. But if you actually see stars from... Hold up, let me go find that photo. If you see stars from, like, a place with, like, very little light pollution, like, this is when I was in Wyoming. This is what the sky looks like in like pitch black mountains of Wyoming. It's fucking crazy. Like what you can see and then what your phone can capture is also more than what your eyes can see.
This image absolutely petrifying to me. The fear I feel about this image and images like it is a fear that I'm not alone.
How many stars are in space? Like billions. Is it billions or trillions? You can't see nearly any of them, at least with the human eye. The fucking Hubble telescope can see a fucking shitload of them. But you can only... There's an observable universe, and then there's a universe beyond the observable universe of light that has yet to hit us, right? So, how many stars are in the universe? I was off. Astronomers estimate that the universe contains up to 1 septillion stars. That's 1 with 24 zeros. Our galaxy alone has 100 billion stars. Bro, and motherfuckers really think aliens don't exist. Like, I don't know, dude. Yeah, this is like what you could see from like, if you're in like a dark mountain with like a very high quality camera and all, I mean, this is also probably like up pitched, but that's like, when you look at the photo I took, you can see the density of our galaxy, right? It kind of looks like a disc that's in the middle in this bit right here. But if you actually look at Google photos of like better pictures that they take, this is what it looks like. How do we discover new planets? Telescopes. Telescopes. I think they do a lot of fucking... Not even just telescopes. They can do a lot of surveil shit. So even if they can't see planets, they can know if they're there based off the gravitational pull the sun has. Not the sun, the star has. Or the way that it's rotating. They can determine a lot of that through, like, math. Crumble for the 3. What's scarier, knowing that you're alone in the universe or knowing aliens are real? Knowing that you're alone, bro. You know how much worse that is than aliens? If aliens exist, I'd be pressed because they're probably smarter than us and like they might know more about the universe that we don't. But imagine there's a septillion stars and we're it. We're not, right? Like, I'm telling you we're not. But just mathematically we're not. But that would be so much worse. If we were alone, it would be a mystery that would never be solved. I mean, the mystery is never going to be solved anyway. But at least aliens could be with us and also go, nah, I don't know why the fuck we're here. Okay, this is what would convince me of an afterlife or God being real. Number 1, I see God. Number 2, aliens come down and they're like, yeah, we're Christian. They would be like, yeah, we believe in a guy that hung on a cross. I'd go, okay. Without a doubt, no way both of these things happened and it's not true. Okay? Like, if they came down and they were like, yeah, Christianity's right. Or like Islam's right and the Quran's right. Right? I'd be like, holy fuck. Right? But outside of that, I'm saying this. Say hyper-intelligent aliens came down and we were able to communicate with them, and I was like, do you believe in a higher power? And they were like, no. 80% of the world would stop believing in religion. 80%. If hyper-intelligent aliens, thousands of years more advanced than us, came down and were like, yeah, we die and that's it, half of the world would stop believing in a religion. Not everybody. I think a lot of people would maintain their faith, but a lot wouldn't. I've been saving this vitamin water for this special occasion. An hour into stream. Filth for the sub. Crumble for the 3. Why do stars twinkle? No idea. Literally no idea. What scares me more about space, Jay Skippy, is that there are things moving around randomly and there are galaxies that might be exploding. We'll never know why or if anything was there because now it's gone. Yeah, haste for the 5. Yeah, there could have been people that are exactly like us that existed 5 billion years ago in our universe and then blew up and died. How long are you streaming? I already read that. All right.
Lonin. This fear of space has all.
Religious leaders would start a race with the aliens? No. I think a lot, if aliens came down, even if they didn't say anything, say aliens were proven to exist to the mass public, not just like the government, like now or whatever. I think many religious leaders would, a lot of religions would be fine because a lot of religions take account into the vast universe and aliens. But a lot of religions would also have to scrounge proof that aliens exist and that God pointed towards such, right? Or gods. So, Pebble for the sub. Even if religions were able to explain it, I think aliens, the proof of aliens existing would shatter most people's religious perspective.
Often been referred to as astrophobia. Astrophobia.
I would love to go into space. Love to go into space. Holy shit, dude. Like, if you could guarantee, you don't even have to guarantee me that I'd live. If you were like, we'll take you to the nearest Earth-like planet that's in the Goldilocks zone and has water, and you'll be able to see it for like 10 years and die, I'd be like, okay, I'll do it. Because that would be so sick. Right? And that would just be, that would be life experience times 10. DC for the 3. Aliens that worked like the Arrival aliens would be the coolest aliens. Why are we worried about space? It kind of makes no sense to me. We should be worried about the ocean we know nothing about. Drive for the 3. Yeah, we could be worried about the ocean we know nothing about, but the ocean is much less vast than the universe. But the ocean's very similar to the universe in that the majority of the ocean is nothing. Alex for the sub, Shoei for the 3. Just want to donate some, show some support. By the way, I know it won't be today. Would you ever play college football 25 on stream someday? Yeah, probably. I don't know when, though. And I would have to get it on my console because they don't have it on PC.
Is the fear of space and the celestial bodies that inhabit it. I've covered other fears on this channel, but unlike those other videos, I can it. I've covered other...
The fear of the huge? The fear of the huge. Oh my god, the Eiffel Tower's so fucking big!
fears on this channel, but unlike those other videos, I can confidently say that I have astrophobia. Looking into the void of deep...
How huge? Is the fear of the huge, planets or fucking just big skyscrapers?
Space, or an image of
I already hit the cart. Stop spamming hit the cart.
A gas giant, several magnitudes larger than Earth, surrounded by a pitch-black void. These things are horrifying to me. And I'm clearly not alone. With videos on astrophobia getting millions of views, and us knowing more and more about the cosmos every year, this fear of space is something that many people can relate to. But why? Why is space so terrifying to so many people? Well,
you ignore it. You never think about it. You always, in a day-to-day life, the entire universe is Earth. But then you have moments where you're like, oh my god. It's way more than just that. CVS for the 3, Otter for the 3. My edible just hit. I feel crazy. There's no way I'm real right now.
Let's start off with one of the biggest triggers for astrophobia, at least for mine. Planets. The planets in our Milky Way and beyond are creepy. They have an almost unsettling tinge to them. Seeing images on the surface of Venus or Mars is oddly...
Bro, Mars would be so sick. Yo, if they try to colonize Mars in our lifetime, would you volunteer? Would you go live on Mars? It would suck. It would be really boring. It would be really boring, and also you'd probably die young, but... I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to, because it would just suck, man. Like, I know I know it's not going to be some monumental thing. Like, you're just going to die anyway. It's not changing shit, but it would be sick.
Unsettling. It feels like the uncanny valley. Mars especially.
Mars feels like the uncanny valley because Mars looks so similar to Earth. Like, the fucking, landscape of Mars just looks like a desert. Like, just like an Earth desert. Like, if you showed any average person this photo, they might be like, oh, yeah, this is, like, in Arizona. Or some shit.
Resembles Earth when seen from
literally, you might just go, oh, no, yeah, no, that's Arizona. Is that Arizona in July? That was the last sandstorm.
Ground.
Like, they wouldn't know.
But you can always tell that this isn't Earth. This isn't home.
Cap. Mars is the one that you... The Jupiter you can, or not Jupiter. Whatever one.
To them. Seeing images on the surface of Venus or...
Venus, not fucking Jupiter. Jupiter's a gas giant.
Mars is oddly unsettling. It feels like the uncanny valley. Mars and Earth and their surfaces. What I find most uncanny about these planets is seeing them from space. I think it has something to do with the size and the planet's buildup, but what I find more scary is the darkness they exist in. This horrible darkness that makes the
what is that blue shit?
True size of the planet unrecognizable. But you know they're still massive. They look almost like a face peering out of a dark closet, ready to jump at you. The two planets I find the scariest...
This fucking guy. They look like a scary face, ready to jump out at you. No, they don't, dude. They look like a big-ass planet.
Are Jupiter and Saturn. The fact that these planets, despite their large size, don't even technically have surfaces is just one of the details that unsettles me about them.
Oh my god, yo, like, what is this, a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's lore video? Like, how unsettling Chica is, dude? Fuck off. I thought this would be... Like, just the fact that Jupiter is, like, a gas giant, it's like, oh my god.
The fact that you could simply fall right through them, and the fact that both of these planets are made of heavy, toxic gases, is truly unsettling to me. As a kid, I used to have nightmares about falling into Jupiter or Saturn.
Yo, fuck off, bro. Yo, this guy's actually a capper, dude. Oh my god. You had dreams when you were a kid that you fell into the fucking gas giant of Jupiter? You are a fucking liar, bro. Who the fuck dreams about that?
Just knowing that I couldn't breathe in there, and even if I could, the pressure and the toxicity of the atmosphere would most definitely kill me was something I found terrifying and still do.
I never thought about that. When I was like 6, dude, he said when he was a kid, he was thinking about, when you're 6 years old, you're not thinking, oh my God, what if I like fall into Jupiter one day? I didn't even know what the fuck Jupiter was. I didn't even know what the fuck Jupiter was. I was playing Pokemon, bitch. I was playing Pokemon on my DS. And I was going, God, I really need to level up my Charmander. I really need to level up my Charmander. Fuck, dude. What if I lose this? What if I lose this battle? What if I don't catch this Ditto?
Planets like Neptune and Uranus are also scary in their own right. The deep blue contrasts heavily with the blackness of space, and Neptune to me is especially scary considering it's the farthest from Earth, making it feel even more alien. You might have seen maps of the solar system in school that look like this. These maps are good at showing the sizes, but inaccurate when it comes to distance. We tend to group the gas giants together as if they were some sort of system of their own, close by to each other, similar to the
Bro, it is wild how much bigger Jupiter is than Earth. Like, you could fit I think you could fit like 1,000 Earths, probably more in Jupiter.
Distances between Earth and Mars, but that couldn't be further from the truth. This is an actual 2-scale model of the distances between planets. As you can see, Neptune is nearly double the distance that Uranus is from.
We're that close to Earth? Or we're that close to the sun? That can't be right. He said this is a 2-scale model to the sun. Yo, chat. The sun would be fucking massive. Why is the sun not bigger in the sky? Why is the sun not bigger in the sky? What? Yo, that's taking up like half of the fucking horizon.
Is between planets.
It's millions of miles away? Yeah, I know, but it's fucking huge.
As you can see,
search up the real distance between sun and Earth. I'm gonna look that up. It's 93 million miles, but like, where is like an accurate photo? Oh, to scale. Bitch. I feel like that has to be wrong. I can't find one. It's just showing a bunch of fucking images of a tennis ball. What are your thoughts on nihilism, and is it okay to have nihilistic thoughts? I think nihilism is always something people arrive on before going to a different train of thought. Just the idea that nothing matters and there's no value in anything. But to stay in nihilism is bad, right? Having a nihilistic thought and then moving on from that isn't bad. But if you just, what is nihilism? The belief that there is innately no value in anything. Like, there's no purpose, there's no meaning, everything's pointless, you will live and die, and there's no reason or rhyme to anything, and whatever you do will not matter, right? It's very depressing. But I think you arrive at nihilism. Nihilism is a bus stop on the road of philosophy. Especially if you're previously religious and you get out of that. I think when I used to be Catholic, I started believing in things less and less, and I kind of slumped into a pit. And I was like, wow, nothing has meaning. And then you kind of dig your way out of that. 10 tacos for the 3. This guy is wrong, too. You can't fall through Jupiter. Yes, it's mostly gas, but it's mostly solid core. Yeah, but you could fall through for the surface. But you would just die very early on. MRJ for the 3. Would you rather live forever or never have been born at all? Nova and 10 tacos for the sub. JS for the 3. Said I barely gonna make the stream. Love the YouTube video. CVS for the 3. Otter for the 3. Would I rather live... Chad, would you rather live forever or never be born at all? That's a good question. Are you scared of the huge? Joe, stop. Fluffiest for the 3. I would probably rather live forever. You would be God. Not God, capital G, but you would be God, lowercase g. if you were genuinely immortal and you couldn't die and there was no ending, immortality would make you in some way or another godlike. Because you can't die. And then eventually you would forget that you've even had a beginning. Like, if you lived forever, 10 quadrillion years into your existence, you would not really... I mean, you're also thinking that your brain would also have an infinite capacity of memory, but you would still kind of very vaguely recollect your existence or your birth. You would just be like, no, I've been here. Right? Say you lived forever. The majority of your life, it's not even your life. There's no life. There's no life. Because for life to exist, there has to be death. And if you exist forever, then you're not alive. If I can't say your life. Like, if you reference an immortal being, I can't say your life because there's no death. And so if I live forever, when you reference, you're not going to reference me and say my life. You're going to say, oh, your experience maybe, but I won't die, so I'm not alive. For there to be life, there must be death. If there's no death, then there can't be life. I feel like that's got to be wrong. Stinky for the sub, but that makes sense in my head right now.
Neptune is nearly double the distance that...
Yeah, you would be omnipotent. You would be more godlike than human life. I think it would be a different transition. You would still have experience, but you wouldn't be alive. You would just be immortal.
That Uranus is from Saturn. Despite that, we tend to group Uranus and Neptune together as the icy, blue, cold planets. These vast distances aren't the only thing that scare me, however. Another thing that really gets me and freaks me out about these planets is their sheer size. Astrophobia is...
Oh my god. I'm going to the next video, bruh. Just look at this. Just look at this planet. How scary it is. It's massive. It's gaseous and it's blue. It's scary. Imagine if you, I had a nightmare one time that I fell into, this planet. I didn't die. What's the closest planet to Earth that's like Earth? Kepler 452b. I had a dream that I was like that I was at Kepler 452b, and a scary monster ate me one time. Jesus, dude. Stinky and Astro for the sub. Why skip? Because he's just gonna fucking say every planet's scary, bro. I thought he was gonna get into like an in-depth talk about every planet or like the vastness of the universe. It's just like, oh, well, what about exoplanets? Just look at this one. Oh, it just makes me quiver. Isn't this so scary? I think I almost just shit myself while recording this. I can't even look at it. Trigger warning. What you're gonna see next is a black hole. that good. Not, but like a galaxy black hole, not like a body hole. Anyways. He just shows like a prolapsing anus. Like it's Howie Mandel. Like it's a fucking Howie Mandel TikTok. This next one, black holes are really scary. And it's just like a bunch of assholes. JR for the 3. Weird question, what's your favorite Pokemon? Adrian, Liam for the sub, Stinky, and Astro for the sub. Favorite Pokemon? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Chimchar's pretty sick. I always liked him when I was a kid. Cyndaquil was a sick fucking starter. If I had to own a Pokemon, I would maybe own Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil would be fucking sick. Now, maybe... And then, whenever... If somebody ever tells you, like, hey, what Pokemon would you want to own, man? And it's just some guy, and he goes, Ditto. Bellsprout. Low bunny. I'd be like, dude, relax. Probably Lickitung. If I had to own a Pokemon, I think Lickitung would probably be a good choice. Like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know. The coolest Pokemon, dude. Chat, if you were to own a Pokemon, what would it be? Fuck, man. I could go, like, top 5. I mean, Squirtle's pretty cool. I really like Charmander, but that's basic. Charmander's sick, though. Machamp is pretty sick. I would love to own a Machamp. Blastoise would be pretty badass. Gengar would be sick. What would be like a really shitty Pokemon to own? The deer Pokemon. That would be fucking horrible. Deerling. Fucking shoot that thing in the head, dude. What is the point of owning that? Why is that a I wouldn't kill it, chat. But I'm saying, what is the point in owning a Deerling? It's just a deer. It's literally just a deer. Nothing is special. A Weedle? Yeah, Weedles fucking suck. Any of those ones that you find in the grass. Snorlax? Snorlax would be pretty shit, but, like, he'd also be pretty chill, I bet. Diglett. Those Diglett. Hold up. Magic for the 3. I really like the philosophy of Taoism. Looking into it would help you a lot. I've learned about Taoism. You always talk about wanting to be able to not think about the future and just go with the flow, and that's what the philosophy of Taoism is about. Yeah, but Taoism also... I like Taoism's idea that whatever you kind of try to explain the universe as is what it can't be. But then what's the point in even talking about it to begin with, you know? JR for the 3. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on the Pokemon topic. You're good. Kawaii for the 3. This is the first stream in 2 years. Glad you're able to do this. You helped me a lot through dark times. Spent almost all my food money for this. Dude, you don't have to send money, man. Please don't send bits if you're not eating food because you're sending bits. Cameron and Zal for the sub. All right, next video. The Pursuit of Happiness. That's a Kid Cudi song.
In 2012, Drake made a song
Goat for the 5. Did you know that there's more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way galaxy? Is that true?
titled The Motto. But what most people remember from it is YOLO. YOLO tells you to live in the moment, enjoy life you have today, and not worry too much about tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, you only live once.
Dude, I remember when YOLO was, like, popular as fuck.
While Drake certainly
Somebody said that's Cap? What do you mean that's Cap?
popularized
the tree thing?
the motto, he wasn't the first to use the phrase. And he certainly wasn't the first to come up with the idea of enjoying the pleasures of today without worrying about tomorrow. This idea has been around since the 4th century BC, as what philosophers call hedonism, a school of thought that was created by Aristippus of Cyrene, a student of Socrates. Hedonism is the idea that the end goal of all of our actions in life is to 1. Pursue pleasure.
As dumb as it is, it's weird to think that if you were, like, walking around in Greece, where, like, Socrates and all of them used to study, at one point where you were standing, there was Socrates and Aristotle and Plato and Diogenes and all those fucking guys that existed around that time, literally alive, living in that moment. and now they're kind of just like a historical figure. And obviously, yes, they existed, but when you learn about history, you kind of detach that this actually happened type shit. Like, obviously, you know it did, but the in-the-moment realization of that is much less. Like, you're not actually visualizing fucking George Washington leading a charge or something like that.
And 2, avoid pain. Aristippus believed that the
It feels more fictitious.
only good cause worth pursuing was one that will ultimately bring you pleasure. In today's society, we're taught that the way to succeed is to suffer today so you can enjoy tomorrow, to save for the rainy day. Once we get out of college, we're encouraged to find a job and work hard at a 9-to-5 for many years, live modestly, and save as much as possible so we can enjoy our retirement 50 years later. Aristippus didn't believe in any of that. He didn't believe in the idea of delayed gratification, and he always advocated for people to simply get pleasure from what is present and available. He was completely against the idea of suffering in the present in order to get something that only might be pleasurable in the future. So instead of telling students in college to study hard for their exams so they can land a good job after school, for example, Aristippus would encourage them to fraternize, drink, and party lavishly, because these are the pleasures that are readily available to them. On the one hand, you can see him as stupid and lacking foresight. After all, if you squander everything you have on the pleasures of today,
You guys want subtitles?
you'll quickly run out of resources, and all of that pleasure will turn to pain. From people losing everything they had because of an addiction, to people living in poverty as a result of their own laziness, we've seen the results of solely focusing on the present
Go
pleasures.
Paul on that.
But on the other hand, there's some wisdom to this school of thought, because truly, tomorrow isn't promised to any one of us.
When you were a kid, did you think about death a lot between 13 and 19? Yeah. Not like all the time, but probably. Did you see streaming as a job? Yeah, as well. I mean, yeah, it kind of fits in the realm of a job. I would say it's a more lax job than other jobs, but it still is a job. It's my work, But yeah, I would say I thought about death a lot when I was younger. Like 13 to 19, yeah. I don't know how often comparable to now. Like, I started thinking about death more and more as I got older, but there was also gaps of time where I wouldn't think about it at all. Like, when I was between 13 and 19, yeah, I thought about it, but it wasn't like a daily occurrence. Now I would say I think about death almost every day. Not in like a sad way, but more so it's just like a thought that I have. Acrease for the sub, Archie for the 5. You always make me laugh. You're my favorite streamer. You mean a lot to me. Thank you. Go for the 5. Did you know that? I already read that.
What's the point in working hard at a 9-to-5 for 50 years, ignoring all of the pleasures of the time, only to die a few years before retirement? And let's say you do make it to retirement. The sad
Yeah, like, that shit's trash, dude. People that have to work, like, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, whether it be in the union or whatever job you're in, you're working 6 days a week, the majority of your day, for 40 years, and then you retire and die 10 years later. Like, it's not the ideal, right? Obviously, you need to work to make money, but I feel like ideally, humans working 5 days a week, 6 hours a day, 30 hours a week is something that I think, in my own mind, makes sense. Because you could theoretically work like 9 to 3 every day, 5 days a week, and you have enough time to do other shit. Like I stream 25 hours a week, just about, like 6, 12, 18, 20, probably maybe a little bit more now. Maybe like 26, 27 hours. But, I mean, outside of that, I'm still probably doing 2-3 hours of work a day. I probably work, if I had to guess, the days that I'm streaming, I'm working 7 hours a day, or 6.5 hours a day at least. And then the days that I'm not streaming, I work like 3 or 4. So it might add up to 40, but it's still more manageable than people that have to work 12-hour days. DC for the 3. When I was 7, I used to sleep in my parents' bed and I would listen to their heartbeat because I was scared I would randomly stop. And for the 3, spent $400 on DoorDash trying to same girl Dasher. How do I take it to the next level without wasting money? Spent $400 on DoorDash trying to same girl Dasher. How do I take it to... What do you mean spent $400 on DoorDash trying to same girl Dasher? Like you're trying to get the same girl to come to your house? Rain for the sub. Acres for the sub. What? Water for the sub.
The reality is that 1 in 4 people will have a disability.
To get the same Dasher? Bro, that's crazy. If that's what you're saying, you should not be trying to get a same Dasher. Hello. Do you wanna come join the conversation? Giz for the 3. I was wondering if you could help recommend colleges that could help me become a lawyer. I mean, I don't know where you're from. You gotta Brooke said Harvard Law. Yeah, you could go to Harvard Law. That's a fucking option. I'm not letting you sit. I'm so sorry. I'm hunkered down. I can't move. I can't move. I physically can't move. Are you tapping me? Do you want to sit and actually add to the conversation, or are you like? But what do you want to talk about? Fuck. Hell if I know. We've just gotten off topic 15 times. Now we're on the pursuit of happiness, a hedonism video. Ow. Chat. What's a philosophical question for Brooke? Do you want to answer one? Well, you can pick it. No, after you pick a question. Everybody's just saying Brooke. Why is your sister here? That is not my sibling. That is my girlfriend. What's her religion? Are you scared to die? Are you scared to die? Do you fear death? I feel like that's a lot of questions that I'm seeing. Do you think anybody in history had the same fingerprint? No. All right. I'll let you answer your question. I'll go use the bathroom as you answer.
Oh my god, I hit my knee. I hit my knee so hard. Oh my god. That hurt so bad. Okay. Oh, it's so weird having the headset on because I can't like hear myself as much. I just ran over my pant leg. Okay. I was going to answer the question, do I fear death? This may be a cold take. And I don't even have a definitive reasoning behind this take because I think it's kind of like, I guess blind faith would be the best way to put it. Obviously, I don't want to die. Like, if we're talking about, oh, am I scared like that I'll ever get in like a car accident or something like along those lines? Of course. But the idea of death itself, do I fear? I am a firm believer in reincarnation and like that your soul leaves your body after you die. And you may be in a limbo for quite some time. I don't think that there's a definitive amount of time. And I think there's a preconceived destiny for everyone. I still believe in free will though. But I think every decision that you make is leading up to a predetermined destiny. But I digress. I don't think I fear the concept of death itself because I believe in reincarnation. Because I've seen or heard defined form.
Like, do you believe that you'll be reincarnated as another human?
I think I could be another human.
Do you believe you'll be another human or any animal or any living thing that has ever existed?
I think I could be a human. I think I could be a cat.
In linear time or no?
What do you mean?
Like, do you believe that you'll only be reincarnated as things that don't exist yet, or do you believe that you could be reincarnated as something that has existed in the past?
How would you be reincarnated into something that existed?
Because time is only relative to humans, so theoretically you could die and then be born. The egg theory states that every human that has ever existed is going to be you. So if you exist now, you could die and then be like a 5th century Japanese man that is like a
kind of like
just a random dude.
Like the multiverse.
No, not the multiverse.
I'm not sure. That's a great question. I think that I have a past life. I think I was alive. Like I have a different past life. I think I was alive during the Salem witch trials. Do I know why? No. But my point.
I think this is first shot.
My point
I
being.
think this is first shot for me.
What does that mean?
I don't think I've lived another life. I think this is
okay.
numero uno.
I think there's been stories. Okay, the one that I heard was it was like a 5-year-old. I don't know if it was a son or daughter, but in the car with their mom, and they're driving, and they're going over this bridge, and the kid points, and he's like, "I died there," and the mom's like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "I died on that bridge," and the mom gets freaked out. She's like, "Why are you saying that?" And the kid is like, I remember I died right there. And the kid's 5 years old and clearly alive. The mom ends up doing like research, and there was like a brutal car accident right in that exact spot where somebody died, like years ago. Tell me, how would the son know that?
There's other for my Asian philosophy class. We had to watch stuff about that. There's other examples where it's usually kids between the ages of 3 and 5 that are just learning how to speak, can bring up extreme details of individuals' first and last names, when they died, and what they did as a profession that they've never spoken to. I think there's like a bunch of examples, but they can't really explain them.
They kind of say like there's a theory that whatever your birthmark is how you died in your past life.
I got a birthmark.
So like I have a strawberry birthmark, which is a bunch of red dots on my lower back.
Where the fuck is it?
Oh my gosh, do you think my strawberry birthmark meant like I died of like chicken pox or something in my past life?
My fucking chest. You know the rectangle one? I have a rectangle birthmark on my chest. I don't know where it is. I think it only shows up when I'm really tan. Oh, it's right there. But you can't see it because I'm not tan. Or I'm sunburned.
Is that a birthmark?
Yes, it's been.
You've had it since birth?
It's been there since I was born.
Sorry guys. Well, I don't know why I'm saying sorry, but my bronzer's gone right here because I was leaning watching TV, so ignore that. Wait, is there any more questions? I want to answer another one. Ooh, this is a fun one. I asked my AP.
Lean into the mic.
When we were studying existentialism, I asked my AP students this. I said, "What do you think a soul is made of?"
I don't think you have a soul.
The first part of the question is, do you think it's like souls exist, and if they do, what do you think they're made of? And the most interesting theory that one of the students had was that your soul is almost like energy, and it gets dispersed, because the way he described it was so like it made sense, but I can't say it verbatim, but it gets dispersed like back your energy like into the universe, and then it gets reabsorbed by other things, and that's how he believed reincarnation works.
Oh, here's a good question the chatter just brought up that I answered. Would you rather live forever or never have lived at all?
Live forever as like the same person, like as me.
Like you're immortal.
As me.
You can't die. You can't kill yourself.
Well, because I could live forever technically through reincarnation if I just repeatedly get reincarnated.
Live your life.
As Brooke, do I age? Do I age? No.
But you'll exist when every human's dead.
So am I? Oh.
You'll exist forever.
Like when the world ends?
Yeah, and after that.
Well, if I can't die, can't I just go to like a different planet?
Yeah, but eventually the sun explodes and the universe dies.
In theory. Sure.
Or I said in theory. No, the universe will end one day.
Yeah, our universe.
Yeah, but how are you going to go to another one?
Wormhole. If I can survive anything, I'm going through a wormhole. Have you not seen Zathora? Have you not seen Zathora?
Zathora.
Come on.
That's gonna be the
Come
reference
on.
that we're going to use here. Zathora is the reference on how we're going to get through this.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
Thank you. If I never lived, am I still like an entity like from beyond that can witness life, or am I just gone? Joe?
What?
Am I still like an entity from beyond that is like at least like I can witness other people living, or am I just I don't even exist?
Whoa, repeat that?
The question was, would I rather live forever or not live at all? I said, if I don't live at all, can I still be like an entity that's like just beyond, that's still like witnessing life, or do I just not exist?
If, like, in the scenario where you don't live forever,
Mhm.
you've never existed. You were never born.
No, but like, am I still like, is my soul like an entity that's
No,
watching
you were never
from
born.
beyond?
You were never born.
But my soul.
You didn't have a soul if you were never born.
That's not true. Your soul exists before you're born, and it goes into your body.
What's the number of souls that exist? If reincarnation is real and everybody gets constantly reincarnated, is there a certain amount of souls, or are we all one soul?
What do you mean all one?
If you're reincarnated and there's new souls and old souls, what is the definitive amount of souls that exist? Are they constantly being created, or is there a finite amount? Because if there's 8 billion people in the world and some are new souls and some are old souls, are there a million souls? Is there one soul? Or are we all getting reincarnated around? Or like, how does that work?
I think that there are some cases where a soul. I think there's an infinite number of souls that are entities that are just floating in the beyond, waiting to be placed, and they could constantly new souls can be come into being that didn't exist, but they're not.
But what determines that?
I already explained this. I said there's no definitive explanation, I think, for anything when it comes to philosophy, because it's still constructed around the concept of blind faith, like most religions.
I think it depends what type of philosophy you're talking about. Most philosophy isn't based off blind faith. Most philosophy, the idea of philosophy is reason. You reason to prove things.
Every reason that has ever been constructed is constructed from preconceived thoughts that we already have, and there's no such thing as a true individual thought, because every thought that you will ever construct is based off of things you already know. So although you may think you have reasoning,
that doesn't have to do with faith.
yeah, although you may think you have reasoning is all constructed by preconceived notions created by humans that technically were just created from nothing. So technically it is blind faith because it was construed from nothing. The first thought just came from someone, and it was like, it's blind belief. Like, we believe, okay.
It's not blind belief.
No, I believe that.
I gotta turn up the game because you're being quiet. And it's not blind faith. It's like, you could say that for some things, like the belief in God, but people could also reason why they believe God exists or something on those sorts.
So, if we're talking about, let's do something not as controversial as religion. Let's just say, what's something like that we believe in? Like, that's like a known fact.
2 + 2 is 4.
We believe that 2 + 2 is 4 because that's what we were told. The very first person who constructed the numeric system.
It's not a numeric system.
Go ahead.
It's not a numeric system because the numeric, you could get into the idea of math and how that's proven, but objectively 2 + 2 is 4 in the sense that if I have 2 objects and I have 2 more objects, I now have 4 objects. Now, what 4 means to you is something that is given to you, but the idea of having separate objects is something that is objective.
But I'm holding this up. Somebody had to define this as 2 first. And we know that 2 + 2 is 4 because someone first came up with the concept that this means that is 2. I have 1 object and 1 object. They also created that this is 1. This is 1, and that this is 2. But that had to be created from nothing at first.
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is that everything that we believe in is blind faith. I just blindly believed my teachers when they told me that this is 1 and that this is 2. I did not question it. I never thought further of it. That is what I believe.
You could go back to the idea of human perception on this, but say you never had a teacher and you were just kind of thrown into the wild, you would still have some sort of rudimentary concept of being able to count on your fingers. That's why math is base 10, because you have 10 fingers.
But how do we know what counting is? How do you
don't learn
and how
you don't
can
learn
you count?
you
How
can-
can you count? You can count. Counting is different than having a word that caveman times they could have been like, and they're counting, but it became 1, 2.
Yes, but that's just language.
It is
to
language.
facilitate
It is
communication.
language,
I turn
but
up the gain and then you start being
sorry.
loud.
It is
Like, what is this?
Yes,
What?
it is language, but we were also like how you say, oh, your name's Joe, but that's really just a sound that you use to identify as yourself, and it's a noise that you respond to.
Yeah.
It really has no meaning. We just believe that it does. And this also brings me to, I always say this. Okay. Obviously, there's a way that language was constructed. Right? I choose not to think about it, because how did we create language? No, I know there's a wait. Listen, I know that there is an answer, but to me, I'm still just like, I understand there's an answer, but it's like, we've talked about this, that the people before us had to be smarter because they had to have original thought. We base all of our new ideas and new thoughts, though, from preconceived notions, so we don't have to work as hard. But wait, my original point was, when we were defining words, right? When we were creating language, how did they define words if the words to define that word did not exist yet?
You're saying, how did they give a definition to something that doesn't have a definition? Because if I give you the definition of the word water, then there's a definition of the words that have the definition of water. Yes,
and if those
but
words weren't created yet.
Let me speak. Yes, they weren't created. So here's the confusing part. Okay, so this is how language was created for my chat, based on what I've learned in my philosophy classes. Early humans didn't have, the capability to speak to each other the way that we are right now. And you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Like, very complex things that I'm kind of yapping out of my mouth right now. You understand what I'm saying. Early humans, their first communication was likely just grunts or some sort of audible noise. And so when they needed to communicate with each other, or they would hunt together, or kind of, work together on a specific thing, they would make a similar noise or pronunciation for whatever they kind of need to do, So if you're, what are you doing? So if you're looking at like a cow, for example, or not even a cow, say like an early buffalo, and me and you both point at it and we go, ugh, we make the same noise. We know that I'm talking about that, right? Or something of those sorts. And so you kind of have, say, 10, 20, 30 words that they start to say that they understand. And then from that, you got to stop scrolling like that, because it's making me incapable of paying attention. Like, I don't know, but I'm trying to talk, and I keep getting off train of thought. She's like scrolling up and down the entire chat. Holy shit. And then you just don't refresh it, and so I'm just staring at the same 4 chats. Anyways, I was like trying to talk, and I couldn't focus. But are you? Did you see a chat that needs to be banned or something? No. Oh, you were just reading. Anyways, you look at like early humans were looking at things, they kind of made a similar grunt, right? Through that, they needed to get more information across, so they needed connecting words that related those two. How they created those, I don't know.
That's what I'm talking
about. But if you were to put 2 humans alone, they would be able to somehow facilitate a means of going this, and we have to not only hunt it. Like, if I'm an early human and you're an early human, me and you are hunting a buffalo together. Originally, I might just go, buffalo, or some shit, and you might go fucking kill it, right? But then as we go, I might need to tell you, go over there and wait for me, and we'll go at the same time. Yeah. But for me to communicate that to you, I can't just go, so I have to fucking connect words together and say wait or there, and then, or something like that. So I'm connecting a bunch of words with like the
yeah.
Adjectives, adverbs, nouns.
Yeah.
You connect nouns.
And this was my point earlier when I said that, like, our current society does not have to think as complexly as the people before us, because anything, like any idea that we have or that we construct, we are using knowledge that was already given to us. There were people who did not have any knowledge and had to create concepts, like actual original ideas and concepts, from nothingness. But any idea that we have is not coming from nothingness. It is coming from preconceived notions that we already have and have been taught. So I don't think technically there's no such thing as a truly original thought, because every single thought that we have is based on things that we already know or have already heard. And I think there were people that at one time who there was no preconceived notion of things. They had to come up with it on their own. Now, I don't know how we got onto that tangent.
Well, I mean, that's just philosophy streams. We just yap about random stuff. But I think that, yes, you're saying earlier people needed to come up with thoughts themselves.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. But I would not say that earlier humans were smarter than us. I would disagree for the... I would say, okay, listen, because you just held this.
Yeah, you just got
look,
to talk for 3 hours.
it doesn't matter. You never came up. You never asked to have your own. It doesn't matter. We're in a conversation right now. I'm not giving you the mic. I'm gonna finish what I'm saying. All right. So early humans. You're not saying early humans. You're saying like Newton's era, like people that like the dude that found Isaac Newton laws of gravity. You're saying like those guys were smarter. You're not getting the mic. Just answer that yes or no. Like, what era of human are you saying is smarter than our humans?
In part, yes. Definitely, definitely Newton's era.
Okay.
But I would even...
But half of the people there were fucking idiots.
People say... okay, I'm making a generalization. I'm saying on average. Like, obviously, there's people that are just naturally smarter and naturally not
I think smart. They were better problem solvers.
People will say, oh, cavemen... were dumb. They didn't have language. They didn't have basic civilization like manners. Yeah. They were still smarter than us. They survived. I would not survive.
That's different. That's different knowledge, though. That's different knowledge. It's different knowledge. We have removed. I mean, that's just getting into the idea of specialized work. Yes, cavemans would be better at survival than we are. But is that what are you defining as? Okay, this is what the conversation is based off of. What is your definition of somebody being smart? What is smart to you?
I spent years and years and years in school taking AP calculus, geometry, algebra, this, that, the third. That did not make me smart. It did not make me smart. Maybe it made me good at memorization. Maybe it made me good at formulas. But do I think that that made me smart? No, because I never truly understood it. I memorized formulas. I memorized equations. Now, the mathematicians and scientists that actually in-depthly understand these formulas and equations, they are smart. I was smart because I took AP courses and I got an A or a good grade.
Are you saying you didn't find them yourself?
Understand them?
You didn't find them yourself.
That's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying I know the quadratic formula. I memorize it. I know how to use it to solve a problem. Do I understand the quadratic formula in its actual deeper meaning, how it's constructed, how it works? No.
You're saying you don't understand it in the sense that you're able to input numbers and get an answer, but you don't actually know what that has as for. But that's
how
not.
Is it,
that's
how
you.
Is it created?
That's you.
I'm saying
that's
me.
but that's not.
Mathematicians and scientists that actually understand.
But there's Yes, but the mathematicians. There are more people today, even percentage-wise, that understand those things than people in the past.
Yes.
Then how are you saying? How are you? Okay, but then how are you? Okay, then how are you saying that earlier humans were smarter than now?
I think earlier humans were smarter than humans now in a general sense, because, like, okay, I'm just going to group together earlier humans in a whole. Like, we could go from caveman time to Newton's time. Obviously, there are generational gaps in what is considered to be smart. But as for why I believe that they were smarter, is because they had no preconceived, I keep repeating that, notions of anything.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Had passed down knowledge from their ancestors.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying like literally.
You're saying they didn't know how the fucking world spun or something like that.
I'm saying like, they had to figure this stuff out ourselves.
They had to figure out more stuff.
We do not figure anything out for ourselves. we use ideas that we already know to figure things out. They had to figure things out, though. There were some things that there was no proof of anything. They had to find it. We kind of like, I'm not saying in all elements that they're smarter, because there are things that, you know, they
were more
used.
innovative.
They just had, like, they had to think for themselves. I cannot remember the last time, like, I think for myself, but I'm constantly using things that I already know to create these concepts. Yes, okay, I'm writing a book.
But you can
No,
still
I'm
reason.
writing a book. I'm creating a storyline. It's a storyline that has never been written before. Is it original, though, if I'm still using all of these ideas that I've conjured up through other things that I've heard or seen or learned?
I mean, that gets back to the thing that there's only like 7 stories that can be told. There's like, you can go into, yeah, I would agree with that in the sense that if you're telling a story, there's always going to be this a 1 of 7 starts, endings, and middle points, and then just the filler in between is what you change to get to those points. Outside of that, nothing is different. Okay. But I mean, like, I would agree, yeah, that maybe earlier humans were more innovative, but I also think that's because they were prompted to be that way. I think now with society, because you don't have to do everything for yourself and you can have specialized work, then there's no need for me to be like, oh my God, what am I gonna fucking do today? I don't have food.
Now, I said earlier humans were smarter than us now. I will also say we are probably the smartest we have ever been. It's a complete contradiction. It makes no sense. We are smarter because we know more than we ever have. In that sense, we're smarter because we know more than we ever have. But I'm saying earlier times were smarter because they gave us the foundation to know as much as we do now.
We are smarter. We are individually less smart in the sense of having universal knowledge, but we are We are smarter as a hive mind because of specialized work that you can get drastically better at individual tasks, and every person being drastically good or better than previous generations at the task at hand for them, combining all of those people makes an unrealistic superhuman, in the sense that one average person can't get really good at quantum mechanics, carpentry, hunting, fishing, and in history. But if you divide that amongst 7 people, then every single person could get good at one of those things, and all those people together makes a smarter human. That's why we have a society.
No, that was smart, but that's not what I was saying at all. That made sense, though. But what I was saying is, if we're defining being smart as how much retake. Got that. If we're just defining being smart as how, I can't speak. If we are defining being smart by how much knowledge we have, we are the smartest we have ever been. If we are defining it by how much knowledge that we have. Okay. But if we are defining it by, like, the previous generations of people, though, I'm saying were smarter because they had less knowledge, but they were creating the foundation. So innovatively and creatively, and having to come up with and discover those things, they were smarter. We are smarter because we have more knowledge, but we only have that knowledge because of the ideas and knowledge that they had. Even though they had less, all of our knowledge is based off their ideas.
All right, I gotta read donuts. Hold up. Cody for the 5. I wanted to say thanks. I've been watching all your VODs recently, and I wanted to say thank you for getting me through tough times. First time to catch a stream. YN for the 3. How do we know that the world we perceive is real and not a simulation or illusion? How can we ever know if we are dreaming or not? People have been in a dream inside of a dream. Hold up, I'll get back to that in a second. Haste for the sub, Perker for the 3. Not answering that. Punkos for the sub, Seth for the sub, Fluffies for the 3. Please tell Brooke to speak into the top of the mic. Leave for the sub, Bibalicious for the 3. How language and accents developed over the years? Yeah, it is weird how that happens. But I mean, that's just groups of society saying, you know, singular words differently, kind of changing into a whole different, you know, accent. Queso and Aiden for the sub. Guat for the 3. Yeah, I already saw that. We talked about Chris from Mr. Beast earlier. Water, Wasa, Love for the sub. Waterboy for the 5. Gifted sub in the chat. I'm sorry I missed that. David for the sub. Perker for the 3. You've been spamming that, not answering. Perker, thank you for the 3, though. Tal for the sub. Darker for the 3. Somebody offered you the ability to know everything in the universe, but you can't tell anybody and nobody will ever know. or everybody else does know everything and you will never know anything about the universe? What? Or would you rather know, and this is like a very, I don't want you to, we need to get on to other topics, so when you answer this, can you not answer it in like a 10-minute, like I'm a yapper, but I feel like you're gonna ramble about your answer here. Because you got very excited when I...
Oh, no, I got excited about
Oh, right when I read that, you got like jittery.
I'm in my own little world.
Oh.
I want to talk about this thing.
If somebody offered you the ability to know everything about anything in the universe, but you can't tell anybody and nobody else will ever know, or everybody else does know everything and you never know anything. The first one. Gizmo for the 3.
First one.
Could you help? I already read that. And then there's one more question. Cody for the sub, AO for the 3. Somebody LS chatters. Yeah, no. Mods, can we please moderate the chat a little bit better? I had to ban a bunch of people. Capital for the 3. I don't know how many mods are here. Cody for the 5. Cody for the sub. And then what was that other question? How do we know what we perceive in the world is real? You don't. There's no way of definitively knowing that at all. Just because Cam for the raid. Just because can you put your phone down?
I was taking selfie. I'm bragging that I'm on Joe Bartolozzi's stream right now.
You can't prove that what you perceive is real. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
you can speak. You can speak. You have a mind of your own. You have free will. You have free will.
Oh my God! Just say okay. Cam for the raid, bro. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Lord.
Anyways, can you move over as well? Because I'm just on my knees sitting here. Please move over.
As men should treat their women. Thank you.
God damn it. Anyways, what were we on topic about?
I have something.
Okay. Say your own shit.
There are 2 things that I would like to speak of. I have talked about this. I talk about this all the time, and just today I found out that there is a word for it.
Oh my God, Sonder.
Sonder. So I talk about all the time when you're stuck in traffic, you're next to a car, you're coming so close to touching and interacting with that person's life, and you will likely never see them again, never know you saw them. You may pass them again, but you'll never know. And your life becomes so close to interconnecting with other lives. And you're in your own world, your own individual world, as you're sitting in this car, sitting in traffic. But the person that is directly next to you is living an entirely different life within the same universe. But theirs is just as complex. They have just as much going on. But you're right next to each other. But the world outside of your own world, your own universe, is 10 times more complex, or just as complex as yours. And you will never know. You'll never know. You will never know their life. You will never know who they are, even though your life, your universe is this close to intercolliding with theirs. And that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Second one, because I'm going to cook with this, and you're not going to know what I'm even talking about, and you're going to be mind blown. There's actually, you know what? Yeah. Stay on the floor. Are you ready?
Have another thing?
Yes. What was funny? What was funny about the stuff I was saying? No.
I'll say. What was funny was I was reading. No, it's not because I talked about it. You were like, you'll never know about their lives. And then one chatter was like, untrue, I stalk every person I pass. And so I smiled because I was like, that's pretty funny.
The multiple worlds interpretation. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, the multiple...
We have talked
about it. On stream? Yeah. So, should I stop?
I mean, I've talked about it like 10 times.
I'll just do a brief synopsis. Multiple worlds interpretation implies that there is an infinite amount of universes in which we are existing in right now. If you decide to go left instead of right, a universe is created that parallels yours, except you went right instead of left, or vice versa. And they call that a universe split, and there is theoretically an infinite amount of universes in which you are existing in, which I think is insane. And it kind of is like the multiverse kind of theory a little bit. But that's all I really have to say about that. I think I believe in that. I think that's insane. Do I have proof? No, but I believe in it. Okay. So I'm a big fan of, is that fake money? Bro's really flexing fake money. Crazy, could never be me. Joe actually had to borrow $20 from me yesterday. Yeah. Anyway. So I love Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, if you've ever heard of him. He's a transcendentalist. So he has a piece called Self-Reliance. I'm looking down because I pulled it up. It's called Self-Reliance, and it's basically an ideology where he thinks that we should all individually follow our own moral sense. And in this ideology, we just trust that everyone is born with the same morality as us. But when you put this ideology into practice, it points to the question of, do we only have the morals that we have because it's what's constructed from the society that we're in, or is it constructed in the idea of nature versus nurture? They said refund the headset. All right. If I have my hair out.
Dragon and I'm for the sub. Tuna for the 3. Is Brooke on timeout?
Yo, I was cooking.
Oh, is Joe on timeout? Helping him for the sub. 10 tacos for the 3. Loving the co-philosophy stream. Feels like a Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast. Burger for the 3. What do you believe is the ultimate goal of life on Earth, and do you enjoy working for GNC? No, not really. And what do you believe is the ultimate goal of life on Earth? I mean, I would say your own individual purpose as a whole. Like, everybody's purpose is just to experience as many things as you can. But your individualistic purpose is kind of, up to you. Armless for the 3. Your streams are fire. Thank you, Cody, for the sub. Why are you smiling like that? Yo, can I please sit in the chair? My knees are hurting.
I was cooking. And you just... Anyway. So the idea that... Can they hear it? The music? Can they hear the music? Can they hear it? Can they hear it?
It's fake money.
Okay. Anyway, so the ideology, whatever, do we all have the same morality because it's what we were taught by society, or is it, constructed in the idea of nature versus nurture, and we all have the same exact moral compass built in us? And I think about this all the time when I'm driving. Because why am I trusting the car that's going 80 miles per hour next to me that they have the same morality as me, and they won't just slam right into me?
It's not even that they have the same morality as you. The reason that you feel safe is because you're assuming that they value their own life as you value yours.
Yes. And the concept that society is constructed around this idea, but we have laws and regulations that, define morality. Murder is wrong. You will go to jail if you murder, for example. But in Self-Reliance, basically, Emerson suggests that we all abide by our own morality, so we technically have our own laws instilled within us, and that's what we go by. And this concept just it blows my mind, because you would think, what do you think, Joe?
About what?
About the idea of we all abide by our own sense of morality instead of having laws and regulations.
What do you are you asking me if I think morality is subjective or objective, or do you believe that I think the world should be governed by individualistic morality? So are you asking me if I think there shouldn't be laws?
Not that there shouldn't be laws, but do you think like society would survive?
Do I think society would survive with no laws?
Should I flex?
Yeah, they're yapping about the flex.
Guys,
Are you gonna flex? Ripped, shredded, peak athletic form. Look at those triceps. Anyways.
I don't really know what my question was or where I was going with that.
Yeah,
but
I have no
love
idea
that.
what
I
you're
love that
asking.
ideology. Ooh, do you talk about the sublime?
No. Captain for the 3. Remember that our universe has probably already ended the same way a star takes hundreds, maybe thousands of years to reach us. What is space and time itself has already ended and doesn't even exist, but it takes millions, if not billions of years to reach us. But that's light. I mean, I don't know what you're saying. Time takes... I mean, it is... Can you please just...
Oh, mind your business.
Get off the phone. My chat
lose.
loses it. They don't like it. Feels like you're not attentive.
I just want to show off that I'm on Joe Bart.
Okay, she wants to just show off that she's on the Joe Bart stream. Anyways, I mean, yeah, you could say the universe already ended, but if the universe ended, we wouldn't be here. You could say that the universe is collapsing, but it's collapsing so far away that it is ending, but it couldn't have ended because we wouldn't be here if it did. Water for the 3. At least in my take. W stream, first time watching, coming from YouTube. And then, wait. Dragon, I'm for the sub-tuner for the 3. Yo, can I please sit back down? Please. No. Please. Please. Please, can I sit back down? Please. My knees are hurting. Stop.
Oh, whoa, wrong armpit. Ugh.
Yeah, it's moist
Damn.
because I'm sweating. Can you please get up?
Anyway, I think my philosophical, I wasn't really, it wasn't conversational. I was just yapping. But a recent studies show that yapping is actually good for your mental health.
Please get up.
No.
I need it.
Where am I going to sit?
I don't know. If I get you another chair, will you sit up? What can I sit in that chair?
You can sit in the other chair.
Oh my God.
Where'd the music go? How do I open this back up?
Watch the video.
No.
Watch the video. Will I go get another chair?
Stop. Let me. No. Let me.
They're not gonna like when you play Taylor.
I'm
Swift.
not gonna
They're
play
gonna
Taylor
like
Swift. I won't.
Ability by the age of 60,
Brooke. Okay, now
Fine.
you
and the
Fine.
older you get, the chance
Okay, just talk to chat.
Buddy's a yapper. Buddy's a complainer.
Hold on, whatever fucking song.
Buddy's a complainer. Jeez. Okay. He is a Karen because oh, I got it. Okay, wait. Everyone answer what is like the song that you listen to, like I guess your song of shame that you listen to like in private. Like if you're in the car alone, like what's your guilty pleasure song? I love listening to this song.
What is this fucking question? Holy shit! Why are we asking this?
I love listening to this when I'm driving alone.
Can I play my guilty pleasure song? All right, move. Sorry, VOD viewers. Yeah, you can have a piece of gum. I actually don't know what my song would be. Yeah, I know. Ending stream in like 30. Damn, I don't even know if I have one. I mean, I play all the songs that I listen to on stream. Maybe
No,
like
I
the.
said, what's your guilty pleasure?
Well, what does that even mean?
Like the song you're too embarrassed. If someone gives you off, you love this song.
Embarrassed to play
someone
it just
gives
casually.
you songs, or someone gives you aux, but you love this song, but you're too embarrassed to play it out loud.
All right, word.
This like tastes weird. You play this out loud all the time.
No, I don't. If somebody handed me aux, I would not start playing fucking Pirates of the Caribbean music. But like that shit hits.
No, like that's not. Like,
that shit hits.
Okay, that's not really embarrassing.
It's a good ass song though. It's a good ass song though. It is a good ass song though, right? That's tough. All right, please stop shaking the gum. Yeah, that's about it. All right. I'm taking headset. You've had headset.
I have a question. I have a
You've had headset long enough.
Oh. Philosophical question, Joe.
Yeah.
Answer. Is it a brat summer?
Oh my god, I don't even know what the fuck that means. She just keeps she's asked me that like 5 times today. She'll always say like some TikTok trend she's seen. What is a brat summer? Oh. I guarantee you half of my chat has no idea. The people that are saying yes are most definitely on the same For You page as you. Like, because I have no idea what. Ow! You just literally ran over my foot.
Do I look oily?
Clash for the sub. No, you don't look oily. What is a brat summer? Can you explain what a brat summer is? This is not a fucking philosophy stream anymore. We got through like one video. And do you want to watch any of these?
I have the simulation theory.
The simulation theory. I'm just trying to determine. I'm trying to determine.
That was
whether
a
or
glitch.
not-
That was a glitch in the simulation.
Determine.
That was a glitch in the simulation.
I'm trying to determine whether or not I feel like we should finish this video. X Alex for the 3. Brat Summer is a Charlie XCX album.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Baze and Clash for the sub. Do the Soldier Boy again? Nah, I'm good. Somebody redeem Daisy Showcase. Refund that. Not doing that right now. Refund that. Refund that. Refund that. Refund that. Charlie XCX? Okay. Chad, I think the philosophy stream is scuffed now. I feel like this is just chatting.
No, I'll go. Have you not seen the things where it's like Kamala
The
Harris?
fucking song's name's Apple.
It's Kamala Harris and they put the green filter over top of her and
Bro, she said, I just want to drive to the airport. What type of whack-ass music is this? I'm reading the lyrics to this. I just want to drive to the airport. This is the verses. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree because I've been looking at you for so long. Now I only see me. I want to throw the apple into the sky. Feels like you never understand me. So I want to drive to the airport. The airport. What the fuck does that mean? Explain those lyrics, please. If you somehow lean forward and you're trying to think of how that makes sense.
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
All right, what does that have to do with the airport?
Clearly, he's like the men that's come before him, right? Because I've been looking at you so long. It's like staring at a wash pot. It's not going to make it wash.
All right.
Still an apple.
I guess the apple could turn yellow or green. I know there's a lot of different nuances to you and to me.
Ugh.
I want to grow the apple, keep all the seeds, but I can't help but I get so angry. You don't listen, I leave to the airport. The airport. The airport, the airport, the airport. I'm gonna drive all night. I'm gonna drive all night. I think the apple's rotten right to the core from all the things passed down. From all the apples coming before. You don't even know the lyrics. I spit the apple down symmetrical lines, and what I find is kind of scary. It makes me want to drive. Drive. I'm gonna drive.
Stop.
Drive.
Someone do a donation and like ask Joe to do the. I think the apple's rotten right to the core. TikTok trend, like the dance. Make him do it. They go. I think the apple's rotten right to the core from all the.
Bro, this song is fucking terrible. There are 3 verses in a fucking outro that says "do you" 50 times. What other songs does she make? I could write a better song than this. I actually have the beat. I'd write that bitch too. Hold up.
And
fuck, I think I lost
Joe's,
the beat.
And clearly Joe's not going to have a brat summer with that energy.
Is this the song for the brat summer? Like, what's another popular song of hers? 360?
Wow.
I went my own way and I made it. I'm your favorite reference, baby. Call me Gabriette. You're so inspired. Uh-huh. I'm Tectonic Movies. I make 'em. Shock you like defibrillators. No style, I can't relate. I'll always be the one. Drop down, yeah. Put the camera flash. I feel like I'm reading a fucking Yeet song. Drop down, yeah. Put the camera flash on. So stylish. Baby tears all gone. Drop down, yeah. Looking like an icon. Working angles, yeah. Yeah, 360 when you're in the mirror. Do you like what you see? When you're in the mirror, you're just looking at me. I'm everywhere. And now I'm going to read a Yeet song. And I'm going to compare the two. Yeah, my money big. What does that mean? I don't want to say that if that's like a slur. I'm not going to read that. No, I don't need you. I don't really want you. My money be twerking. My money do dances, whoa. Yeah, shut up. I already heard you. I don't want to answer. You ruin everything you touch. You a cancer. Yo, this is actually better, and I don't like Yeet.
Do Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
Hot to Go by Chapel Roan. Yeah, HOTTOGO. Five, six, 7, 8. I could be the one or your new addiction. It's all in my head, but I want nonfiction. I don't want the world, but I'll take this city. Who can blame a girl? Call me hot, not pretty. Bro, see, that's good though. That's good though. That's good though.
Read the rest.
Baby, do you like this beat? I made it so you dance with me. It's like 199 degrees. What you're doing it when you're doing it with me, HOTTOGO. That ruins it though. That ruins it though. Like they could cook. They could cook.
You can take me high. Do Good Luck Babe. Good Luck Babe, Chapel Roan.
No, I'm not looking up any more lyrics. I'm done. I'm done looking up lyrics. I need to get through this video. You made me carry this chair all the way here, and now you're dipping 4 minutes after. Yeah. Blurb up for the sub. 10 tacos for the 1400 biddies. Do the apples run to the core TikTok dance? No. Allie for the 3.
Yes.
Brooke, give us a jewelry tour. Gogogly for the 5. Wait, Joe, you and Brooke, or just Brooke, should play a game someday. It would be funny as hell. Camden for the sub. Alex for the 3. You did play a game on stream before.
I said
Camera for the sub.
someone gives a donation.
Yeah,
you
okay.
have to
That
do the dance.
doesn't mean shit.
Did someone ask for a jewelry tour?
Brianna for the sub. Yeah, but
Totally Tessia. Use my code Brookie10 for money off. They can't hear me.
all right, talking to the mic.
This one's St. Martin. This one is Totally Tessia. Use code Brookie10 for money off. Promise ring, birthstone ring. This one, use code Brookie10. Totally Tessia. These are totally Tessia. Distorted Angels, Etsy, and Etsy. Amazon.
That was a great jewelry tour. That was a great jewelry tour. Brianna and Cameron for this. Bro said you're such a child. I was playing music while you were doing that. They probably didn't hear you. Guess what song's playing right now? Hold up. Oh, hold up. Are you sad now? Oh, wrong one. Wrong one, sorry. That was the wrong one. Is that the wrong one? Whatever, we'll do this one. Alright, Troy, what else do you want to talk about? Fluffy's for the 3. She looks so sad. Brianna for the sub. Cameron for the sub. She's not actually sad.
Yes, she is.
Oh, what'd you say, Troy?
I love you, Joe.
You lean forward.
Joey, I love you.
Gotta get your head in the game. Hold up. I gotta play the song. This has gone from philosophy to brain rot. Fairly quickly, too. Where's philosophy? Yo, Brooke, can you, skedaddle so I can finish up the philosophy bit? I'm not trying to be mean, but... Sig for the sub.
Acting like I didn't.
No, you did a lot of philosophy, but now it's kind of, we've gotten distracted. Albanian for the 3 said, y'all are so fucking cute together. Check my bits from like 2 hours ago. Hold up. Can you take this chair?
No.
Oh my god. Please? I guess by a street interview about this topic, she asked me if I had free will. I said yes. She said prove it, and I said okay and laugh. I think I proved it. I don't know. That is actually a pretty good fucking answer. Alright.
I'm not taking
Brooke. No. Actually take the chair, though.
And that's what you get for being mean.
Actually take the chair, though. Can you take your water at
Bye,
least?
guys. Thank you for having me.
Can you take the water at least?
I have free will.
Can you take the water? Bruh. Can you take the water? Oh my god, she literally just left. Okay, well. Alright, let's finish up today. It's a shorter stream today. What do we want to do for the last 15, 20 minutes? So 1 click for the sub. We could finish that other philosophy video or start a short one. I'm trying to see if I have any short philosophy videos. I do. Why some animals can't be domesticated, or what is intelligence? Do Roblox? Cuphead? Gravity for the 3. Hold up. I'm going to do a poll on what we want to do to finish off stream. Which? 1 Cuphead level. We have 1 more philosophy vid. Or we have ramble. Ramble meaning just yap. Gravity, which is what the last hour's been. Hey, Joe and chat, thinking about painting my nails black, and I'm a straight guy. Any thoughts? Dude, fucking do it. If you want to paint your nails, paint your nails, you know? Don't let other people judge you. If that's what you want to do it. It's not impeding or hurting anybody else. An actually good Roblox game for once. 1 Cuphead level. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fucking beat 1 level in this amount of time, though. You think I'd be able to? You think I could crush 1 Cuphead level? We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. You could do it. I feel like it's going to be really hard. Cuphead to end off stream. When is stream ending? I mean, I'm supposed to be done at 3 hours. It's gonna be probably a hard cutoff. So we're gonna have about like 5 tries to beat a fucking Cuphead level, which is really hard. So we'll see how easy this is. We're 40% of the way through the game though, so in like 1 or 2 streams we'll be done the game. Gotta use the Xbox controller. Even if you can't finish 1 level, you can still beat it. Alright, hold up. I gotta turn on my game capture. Bink. Which boss? I don't know. We're about to choose. Chat, you're gonna help me choose the easiest one. You gotta be honest here. You gotta be honest here. Pop it for the 3. Sorry I missed stream. Summer got me exhausted. You're good, bro. Alright, yo, where we left off, we beat the first aisle, and we beat all 3 bosses right here. We beat the little roller coaster dude. We beat the pyramid. And this. So what's like an easy level? This is Funfair Fever. I'm not going to talk to them right now. Then we have Avery Action. I don't want to do a fucking flying one right now, and I think that's going to be a flying one. What else is there? Dude, there's a million of them. Oh, there's a shop there, too. The dragon level. Go to the dragon. Where's the dragon? Behind the mountain. Oh, wait, no. I've already been over there. Top right. Top right's the dragon level through this. I can also do that, or I can do the cube. You want me to do this? Fiery Frolic. I feel like I'm not going to be able to beat this in like 10 minutes. Crispy and Jacob are set. Oh, fuck no, dude. I gotta bounce on clouds that are moving. That are actively moving. Oh, fuck out of here. Chat. Why are y'all... Dude. How many fucking stages did this guy have to? And he shoots a fucking fireball that goes... This is the hardest level on this world? Then why the fuck did you guys recommend this one? There's no shot in hell I'm gonna beat this in 1 fucking try. What? Oh my god, I fucking warped. I was trying to hit my ult. Or my special. Okay, I understand the tail thing now. I only have 1 heart though, which is pretty fucking brutal. Dude, that... Chat. There's no way. Should I do the auto lock one? I feel like I'll get more damage on that because I'm going to be moving around back and forth a lot. But I am basically only shooting forward, and that already hit me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. That already fucking hit me. Okay, I got to stay close to him. I think that's the strategy here. Obviously not die as well. And I died. Chat, I'm not going to be able to beat this in 10 minutes. This is where I quit. Nah, I'm surely able to beat this one day. It just takes time. I'm 100% beating this game. It's just a matter of how long it's going to fucking take. Okay. Dude. This game is insane right now. What? Chats. Get 2-player and put Brooke. Am I able to get Brooke in on this? Nah, I would have to explain the game. Maybe another day. It'd be too much explanation. I think I just got to do this one and just shoot straight forward. Gotta stay close. That hit me. It's fine. You weave. A lot of this is weaving, I'm realizing. I'm probably going to do more parries or dodges like that. Would be good. A lot of standstill movement. Where did he go? Where did he go? Is he going to be behind me? You're fucking kidding me. What are those? Do they just randomly jump at me? They just fucking dive bomb me? Prime Jacob and 1 Cleek for the sub.
A great slam and then
How many tiers does this guy have? How many phases? If it's like 3, seems somewhat reasonable. But if it's more than that, oh fuck no. That didn't hit me! I swear to... I can tell... Bro, I can tell you right now that didn't hit me. I can tell you right now that didn't hit me. I'm not going to be able to beat this. I'm not going to be able to beat this. Get the lobber. I feel like I have that one. Chat, do I have the lobber one? I just got to stay close to him. I got to hit more of those parries, too. On the pink ones. We're doing a great job right now. Great job right now. Great job right now, chat. This is a record run. We're already on phase 2. Almost fucking 5 cards here. Okay, I already took 1 damage. That's pretty brutal. We're just gonna shoot this. I gotta weave these that try to jump on me. Oh my god, there's no way. They just randomly dive bomb me. And they're really hard to fucking dodge. Bro. Fuck! Oh my god, wait, I was 3/4 of the way there. I was 3/4 of the way there. Wait, I almost beat that shit. Wait, we could actually do this. Okay.
good day for us.
I say that and then insta restart. This is just not a Cuphead day, though. Monday or Saturday after Reacts is going to be a Cuphead day. This shit is just going to be brutal. I really wanted to get that. Oh my god, why did I do that? I'm restarting. I'm not going to get overly greedy on the parries. That doesn't count. Okay, that doesn't count either.
This match will get red hot.
I told you it doesn't count. That means it doesn't count. Oh my god, that was close. I'm not gonna go for the parries, no point. Weave that. Hit him. Weave that. Weave that. He shoots again. We're off to a great start right now. Weave. Weave. Got a little too close to him. He should switch here. He switches. Perfect. Not as good as the first start. Still 3 hearts, though. Don't have enough cards, though. Fuck. I don't know how to weave them well. A lot of it is just RNG dodging. No way that shot up that high. They all have different heights that they go. Holy shit. There's going to be another one here. Oh my god! I was almost on tier 3. Next. Stay locked. I'm fucking zoned right now. You have no idea. Weave. Dude, this guy's gonna die fucking soon. Oh my god, I got hit. It's fine. We still have 2 hearts. Hit him again. Weave. Hit him again. He dies here. Yeah, I hit him with a lot of specials. This has to be it. We switch to the auto. We start blasting. I gotta stay high up. Need a lot of react time. Weave. Always jump the other way. fine. I knew that fucker was gonna dive bomb me there. I'm blinking profusely. Fuck! They always go right. They always go right. They always go right. Parry. Parry the platypus. Here. Hold that shit, dickhead. Another one. Missed it. Another one. Missed it. It's fine. I'd rather miss it than die. Another one. Stay low. Stay low, stay slow. Wow, he's already on the double there? What is this shit? Why is this shit all fucking different now? Should I ult here? I'm ulting. I don't know what it does. Oh. This is a scuffed run. I just wasted the ult. And I have 1 heart. I'm still gonna try, though. I can't give up. I have to stay locked. Oh my god, just jumping straight up is the strategy. Just jumping straight up is the strategy. They never go straight up. They never go straight up. I found the method. I found the method. They can't jump straight up. I just gotta stay on the cloud I'm in. Holy shit. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
I gotta keep 3 hearts for that. They're all gonna be shooting balls at me at the same time.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
HH for the sub. They're all gonna be shooting balls at the same time. That's wild. Just gotta go next as quick as possible. And then keep it for the last bit. That's the best strategy. He's gonna shoot the double here. Or not. He hasn't shot the double yet. Here it is. He always shoots the double. He always shoots the double. You can predict that shit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, chat. And we have 3 cards. We'll be able to do a backwards. We'll be able to do a backwards knockout. Jump straight up. Jump straight up. Jump straight up. Motherfucker, I hate you. I fucking hate you. Jump straight up. That one actually just went straight for me. Up. 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 This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. And we have 5 cards. 5 cards, 2 health. No. Oh my god, 5 cards, 1 health, but I have my ult. I have my ult. We switch.
This match will get red
I shot directly over him. Last try. We'll beat him on Monday if I don't beat him here. Or Saturday, whenever we play Cuphead next. Weave. Okay, you gotta be kidding me. All right, one more. I can't. One more, not dying right here. We're not taking damage here, rather. Because taking damage here is pretty brutal. Horrible. Horrible right now. He has to be close to death. Surely. He shoots the 2 here. Weave. This is it. We switch to the auto. And we almost have 4. If I keep all 3 hearts, we're in fucking gold. We're in a golden spot. Keep all 3. Keep all 3. I knew that was going to happen. It was on the way down. I literally couldn't stop. Oh, you motherfucker. This timing is so off. Gotta be almost dead. Gotta be almost dead. He's dead. Good shit. We have 2 hearts and 5 cards. 2 hearts, 5 cards. Here it is. Blast that motherfucker! Dead. Chat, I know it was a short one, but it was a good one. W stream. I hope you guys had fun watching. I had a fun time streaming. We're going to call that there. Tomorrow, I will be live around 2 p.m. EST. We're going to be finishing FNAF Joy of Creation as well as playing other scary games. Thursday, I'm not live. Friday's Reacts. Saturday's going to be Reacts and gaming. I don't know what gaming yet, but you guys will choose after we do a little bit of Reacts. It's going to be like a half and half. Sunday, I'm not live. Next Monday, we're going to do more Cuphead. We were going to do Simulacra 2, but I want to beat Cuphead before we play that, so we're going to do more Cuphead. Then maybe some other random shit as well, just like we did this Monday. Next Tuesday, probably going to be a short sim day. Next Wednesday is horror. Next Thursday, I don't know what I'm doing. HHH for the sub. But yeah, I hope you all had fun watching. I had a fun time streaming. We had a great chat, great audience today. Even though it was a philosophy stream, we still had a lot of people. And yeah, I'm going to post on YouTube in probably like an hour or two, not right when I end. But make sure to go watch that. It'll be on the main channel. But outside of that, chat, hope you all had fun watching. I had a fun time streaming. If you have any videos you want me to watch or games you want me to play, exclamation point Discord, video /tab, game /tab. It's how I find most of the videos I watch, games I play. So if you have any videos you want me to watch, games you want me to play, send those there. Outside of that, we're going to raid JoJo, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We're raiding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, chat.